Bulldogs going to double up the receiver formation, stack the receivers on the outside, play action pass to the screen, the near side to Gardner. Gardner got a block. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30. Gardner still on his feet, knocked out of bounds after he crosses the 25-yard line. First down for the Bulldogs. No flags on the play. Gardner took the screen pass, the now screen from Casey. Got a good block on the near side by his companion receiver. That was number 16, Hamrick. And that was just enough for Gardner to sprint down the field. They'll double up in the slot on the near side with trip receiver. Quincy's going to find the receiver, stop, take a look, throw. It is complete all the way down to the Pine Bluff 17-yard line. LeVar Gums on the reception. Gums on the season. That should be his third pass reception. Pushes him over up into double digits. Gums has had his opportunity. Big, tall, lanky kid. But that should be leaving the Bulldogs with a second down and call it 5 from the 17 Pine Bluff. Casey barks the signal. Now they'll move the ball to the near side hash. Bulldogs going from left to right. Pine Bluff going from right to left. Casey calling the signal. Looks like a different quarterback this week, folks. Two receivers far side now. Gardner, no, that's CJ in motion. Going to hand it off to Eaglin. Eaglin's going to put his head down, and he's going to pound the defender. Eaglin will push that ball all the way down to the 8-yard line, about a yard short of the first down. Pick up call it 6. Now we'll call it 5 on the play. Tackle number 5, Isaiah Ward. Pine Bluff, second down and 1 from the 13-yard line. Pine Bluff, Bulldogs, pistol formation. Eagle's going to take it on the left side. Eagle's got a gap, and they cut back over the middle. And he'll be brought down 70-yard line. That will be enough for a Bulldog first down. First down and goal as Rico Dozier, the leading tackler for Pine Bluff, makes the tackle. Dozier, I believe, is the second leading tackler in the conference. First and goal for the Bulldogs from the 7-yard line of Pine Bluff. Bulldogs in green zone, red zone, scoring zone, let's tie it up zone. Casey back to pass, going to throw the fade, but Hambrick held up at the goal line. Quincy's pass was to the back corner flag in the end zone. Incomplete, second down and goal. Looks like a little bit of a miscommunication there. Hambrick is supposed to see he's one-on-one with the smaller defensive back, and that's number 5, a Prel boy who's 5'11". Hambrick is 6'4". That'd be a natural mismatch. Throw it up high, and if Hambrick could high point the ball, it'd be easy. But again, second down and 7 from the 7. Second down and goal, rather, from the 7. Casey, everyone looks at the sideline. You heard in the pregame, Coach Jason Mai has an injury as Eaglin takes the ball off the left side, and he'll barely get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe get a yard. Coach Jason Mai, the quarterback's coach, signals in the play. Coach Mai, for every tendon, you get the name in the right arm, former quarterback. They have a quarterback challenge every Friday, and Mai wanted to get out there, and good things did not happen. So, Coach Maynard said in the pregame that Mai would not be signaling in the plays. So, looks like that Casey's going to get one play. As now the Bulldogs came set, and someone moved on the third down and goal play for the 7. And that illegal procedure is going to be a 5-yard against the Bulldogs. 7:42 left to go in the first period. Pine Bluff is up on the Bulldogs 7-0. Bulldogs threatening here in the green zone. Third and goal from the Pine Bluff 7. The Pine Bluff 12. That's after 5-yard penalty. Almost the same formation. 2 receivers near side along the H-back. 1 receiver to the far side. Play action pass from Casey looking downfield. Casey now will move, trying to get away. A flag comes in late. That looks like it might be holding. One, if there is a knock right away on Quincy, is that he holds the football too long. He was looking for someone to get open. And now he's declined. 4th down, and we'll probably see Victor Barbosa Yes, that is true. Here comes Miller, who will snap the ball to Freedy, who will place it for Barbosa. Freedy counts him up. He'll put his knee down at the 19-yard line, which is a 29-yard field goal for Barbosa, who's long in his career is 47. The school record is 49, held by Chancellor. Snap, hold, kick. It is good. Timeout on the field. 7:05 left to go in the first period. Bulldogs get on the board. Trailing University of Arkansas Pine Bluff 7-3. 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, in any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
We're at a timeout right now from Lewis in Huntsville, Alabama. Now, Golden Line. Call way of we'll now go back to our coverage.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Welcome back to the Lewis Cruz Physical Education Complex. More of the issues that we're having, we apologize for that. Apologize for any hot micness. My mother did not call me and admonish me, Ms. King, so I guess I'm okay. Hey to all those listening to us around the world, including Laverne and Melvin McDonald up in Ellicott City. Don't worry, we'll be able to get Brandon's promotion. I think he's already good, but we'll be able to make sure that that new check arrives, right? Amen. 7:03 left to go in the first period. Bulldogs trailing 7-3. One of my favorite parts of a football game this year is watching number 38, Luke Moffitt, the 6'2", 195-pound redshirt sophomore. Kicks off, and it should likely go in the end zone from Armory, Mississippi, Holmes Community College. I know everyone out there just said, including Mike Burns, what's up, Holmes? Back deep for Pine Bluff. Their return person. They're not listed. That kick goes into the end zone. He's going to run up the hash. He's at the 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, my goodness. A flag comes in. Moffitt tried to get him and run him out of bounds. The return man is number 4, Maurice Lloyd, the 5'11", 170-pound senior out of Oakland, California, Laney College. But the flag, or 2 flags on the field, that must have been why the young man was able to cut back. Still great return. The flags don't show up to around the 35-yard line. He took that in the end zone 3 yards deep. Pine Bluff obviously has been watching film and expected this. Holding against Pine Bluff. 10-yard penalty. Let's see where they start. Looks like they'll start inside the 35. I mean, if you're looking and wanting to know what a long kickoff will do for you. And now Pine Bluff will put the ball in play from their 22-yard line. Kicking the ball into the end zone, normally get an opportunity to stop someone underneath the 25-yard line, and that's what happens where the ball goes, Gertrude, after a touchback. Ball comes out to 25. As it is, the Bulldogs just bought 3 yards because Pine Bluff starts at their 22. First and 10 for Pine Bluff with Higgins in at quarterback. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. They're in a diagonal line. Berger back to pass. He's going to roll out, but the Bulldogs are trying to get their flag comes in. Still on his feet past the number, and he'll run out of bounds. An extra flag coming out of bounds. It looks as if a Pine Bluff receiver came back to block for him, but was blocking out of bounds or blindsided the Bulldog defender. The reception of the play was made by number 4, Lloyd, who started in the backfield. Well, not the reception on Lloyd. Higgins took the ball that way. Now we're going to see how they sort out these flags. Boy, it's in a physical ball game. Only 6 minutes and 46 seconds left in the first period. I mean, they have gotten there. This has been, I might say, the crowd is actually building here at Lewis Cruz Stadium for a Thursday night football game under the light. We're going to get those lights that change color. 2 fouls on the play. Holding against the offense. Personal foul. Illegal blind side block against the offense as well. Bulldogs get their choice of penalties to take. You know what happens? You take the 15-yarder. Pine Bluff now. Pine Bluff on the season, folks, they've rushed the ball for more yards than their opponent, except against Miles. I know people are thinking Miles is a Division II school down in Birmingham, Alabama. The SIAC is tough, folks. We'll see more about that later. Now, after the penalty, it is 1st and 20 for Pine Bluff from their 12-yard line. Bulldogs single high safety, expecting Pine Bluff to run, and they do. Bulldog defense gets there, but, man, that's a nifty running to get 3 yards out of that out to the 15-yard line on Curry, carrying the ball for Pine Bluff. Curry is their leading rusher, also good at receiving the ball. Thank you. Still can't hear me. Still worked out, but we're good. You can hear us, and that's the important part. 2nd down, and call it 17 for Pine Bluff now from their 15-yard line. 4-down lineman for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs coming on the blitz. That's beyond me. Everyone's still chasing Hagan. He looks for a receiver, and it hits the receiver. Best thing that happened, because it would have gotten 7 yards back, but drops the ball going out of bounds. Damian Dawkins, number 1 for Pine Bluff. Daryl Griffin, our spotter, tells us. And you hear the gong and the bell. 3rd down and 17 from the 15-yard line. This is definitely the calm before the storm. Next week, I predict 40,000 here at homecoming. We're getting a lot of game management experience tonight on Thursday night. Bulldogs had a short week coming off Southern, trailing 7-3, 5:50 left to go in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the near side with the H-back. 1 receiver to the far side. He'll come across the field in shallow cross. Hagan's now being chased by Zarion Hayes. Hagan goes right, comes back left, and now he's setting up. But the Bulldogs try to get there. He just throws it down the middle of the field, and it's almost picked off by the Bulldogs. Number 0, Marquez Deason. Incomplete pass. Pine Bluff will punt. No flags on the field. Beautiful new field here at Lewis Cruz Stadium. Those of you coming back for homecoming, we're looking forward to seeing you. Good time should be had by all next week. Jeremy Baker, intended receiver, back to punt. No, excuse me. Baker, he's the intended receiver, and he's the punter. Back deep to the Bulldogs at the 50-yard line. Harold Gardner. High spiral end over end. Gardner's going to call for a fair catch and make it at the 45-yard line of the Bulldogs. 5:30 left to go in the first period. Bulldogs trailing 7-3. 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
All right, it's radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We got a 2-minute break right now from Huntsville, Alabama. Golden Lions of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff beating the home team, Bulldogs, by the score of 7-3. You listen to a simulcast here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network about our beloved Southwestern Athletic Conference. How we can't get there, we'll get there somehow, some way. I want to remind you guys that on Saturday, 6 p.m., the Prairie View A&M University Panthers will be on the road, Norman, Mississippi. You can listen to that game just like now here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Simply go to the website, obnradio.com. Click on the Listen Live link. Get the game throughout its entirety. You'll also be able to dial in at 857-777-0000 and listen to the game that way. The Panthers and Alcorn will be doing battle for that West. The Panthers, of course, 1-0, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the division opening for Alcorn. So it's a very pivotal game. Also going to have Grambling and Texas Southern doing battle. Southern University is having a bye, and of course, Pine Bluff represents the West tonight with an early 7-3 lead. We're going to be heading back momentarily to the Ted Dixie broadcast here for our simulcast coverage from the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Don't forget, you can join me every day at the Mike Prince Show at obnradio.com.
Education Complex. I'm Ted Dixie, play-by-play announcer, Daryl Griffin, our spotter, Marcus Sims, who will be hosting Electronic Media. Thank you. Our kind assistant sports information director, Tyler Clark, comes in. He gets me caught up on the live stat. So while we're having time out here, Rico Dozier has 4 tackles for Pine Bluff. Xavier Billington leads the Bulldogs and tackles with 3. Hagan has 15 yards passing Pine Bluff. Quincy Casey already has 51. Rushing yards, the leader, B.J. Curry, just totaled up to 2. Donovan Eaglin has 14. Ryan Morrow, who's gotten in the ball game, -5. 5:30 left to go in the first half. The timeout is almost over. Bulldogs trailing 7-3. We would appreciate you joining, being a member of WJAB, just like those folks did at McLean Commercial. A.J. Smith, love, turn to the source of Dr. Douglas Turner. Give him a listen. If you're a jazz aficionado, you can't help it, especially when you get the history behind it. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. You have an offset eye on the far side of the field. Bulldogs going left to right. Inside handoff, that's Donovan Eaglin. Eaglin puts his head down. Will pick up 11 yards on the play down to the 44-yard line. Tackle made by Ryland Woods, Pine Bluff. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 44. Hurry up offense. Quick pass to the left side. It is complete to Clark. Got the angel, as I call it, when you run a play and the tight end is dragged to the flat. Complete and run after the catch down to the 24-yard line of Pine Bluff. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Offset I formation to the right of Casey. Casey going to turn and hand it off to Eaglin. Eaglin starts right, comes back left. The young man picks up a quick 9 yards again. No, call it 8. Now they back up a bit to 7. Everyone in the Bulldog offense now pulling the horn, pumping that right arm up and down. Time to get physical. Physicality, as Marcus Lawrence, the offensive line coach, says, needs to start because the Bulldogs bring it. RPO to Casey, throwing the ball down the left sideline. Handbrake, and I tell you, that's probably the 4th penalty for passing interference or defensive holding against Handbrake. 46, Donovan Holland on the hold. Let's see. Bulldogs trailing 7-3, 4:26 left to go in the first period. Then Rocky for us on the air, but thank you, B, getting us back on. Defensive holding called against Pine Bluff. First down for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs had a chance earlier in the red zone. Couldn't come up with a touchdown. Got 3 points out of it. Thank you, Victor Barbosa. And the hold of Austin McCready and the snap of Bryce Miller. Mark Tranya's parents sent me a nice gift, calling their son's name all last night. Much for that. Thank you for listening. Here is an option. Give it to Eaglin. He's at the 3-2. Eaglin's close to the flag. It will mark him down 1 yard line, the near side. Tyree Williams on the stop for Pine Bluff. Second down and goal for the Bulldogs. Carroll Gardner comes out of the game. Eaglin still in the ball game. Eaglin fumbled at Southern last week, and no one hated that more than he did. Already coming back from an injury, and now Eaglin in the ball game. His folks came from Texas to watch the game. Now he wants to get it back, and now there's a flag. Umpire might have been on the Bulldogs. Was all started the Bulldogs. When you come set with your hand on the ground and not pick your hand up off the ground, look at the replay. Watch and see where someone moved. Didn't look like anyone moved. But ESPN does a good job of identifying which student athlete it was. This is our camera primarily, so thank you so much to them. It's a false start. Now we're watching on YouTube as well up here. Of course, we're way behind. So here's Casey. To the left side, ball goes up. Incomplete. We have a student athlete down from Pine Bluff. Looked like he tried to hurdle. That's number 3, Kyrie Williams. Incomplete pass, 3rd and goal. So Quincy's throwing that ball, trying to hit Keenan, who has a height advantage, but he's throwing it too hard. Touch has to come so he can leave the ball with enough air underneath it so Hambrick can make his move, then position himself to go from the football. 3rd down and goal from the 7-yard line. Bulldogs have been here before already, down 7-3 in the game. Empty backfield set. 3 receivers to the near side of the far side. Casey's going to lob it up the middle. He's got a receiver. Gardner up in the air. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Carroll Gardner from Quincy Casey, 7-yard touchdown pass. The extra point to come. Wow. Good job by the Bulldogs to come back after fumbling the opening play of the game, giving up 7 points to Pine Bluff in a hurry, driving, and then ending up settling for a field goal. Now the Bulldogs are in a position to extend the lead, 9-7, with an extra point to come out. The snap from Miller, hold of McCready, kick by Barbosa is good. Timeout on the field. Bulldogs up 10-7. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network, but no, we're going to stay right here. There is no timeout on the field. So we'll stay right here and look at that fine replay again. Good work by the folks here who take care of the video that you see right here on the screen, and also some of the video that you'll see on the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynor Sunday night on Channel 54 WZDX around 10:30 p.m. with yours truly as host. And Coach Maynor, we get to see him walk that sideline with hat on and headset. Coach rocking the vest, sweater vest, and the short sleeve maroon shirt made by Nike. Bulldogs setting up to tee it off. Kickoff to Pine Bluff. Bulldogs going left to right. Pine Bluff going right to left. Turn man for Pine Bluff will be number 4, Maurice Lloyd. Off it with the kickoff. Lloyd calls for a fair catch at the 4-yard line. But if you call for the fair catch at the 4, you can take a free kick right now if you want it. Or a drop kick. Let's see, I believe if you fair catch the ball there, you get to start at the 25-yard line. That's where the chains are set. 1st and 10 from the 25 for Pine Bluff. That's an interesting strategy. place the ball on the near hash. We have high school hash marks here on the field as well, because several of the Huntsville City schools play here. 1st and 10 for Pine Bluff. Single back. Bulldog defense shifts. 3 linebackers, 4 down linemen. Now they're going to blitz. Pine Bluff trying to react by throwing the ball deep. Intended receiver is number 1, Damian Dawkins. Pass over his head. Fitted on the play by number 5, KC Ezumome. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 for Pine Bluff. Bulldogs leading now, 10-7. Got to say a big hello to Chris Bone. Keeps us up with all the Bulldog news. Transfer portal. Chris and his family, book big Bulldog supporter. Here's a handoff, a little bit of a botched handoff in the backfield. That allowed enough time for the Bulldog defense to get there for a tackle for loss against number 6, Jamerson. The handoff by Hagan and Jamerson's receiving of the football looked to be in conflict. 2-yard loss back to the 23-yard line of Pine Bluff. 3rd down and 12 for Pine Bluff. Don't hear the gong now because marching maroon and white is getting it in. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near for Pine Bluff, 2 in the backfield. Hagan's, he's going to split the defense and run right up the middle. He's at the 25-30, 35-40 still on the seat, 45 near the 50-yard line before the Bulldog defenders can finally wrestle a big man down. Ty Hagan, 6'3", 204-pound junior from St. Louis, Missouri, Cisco Community College transfer. That run will get him up to the 49-yard line of Pine Bluff. 1st and 10 for Pine Bluff. 1:58 left to go in the first quarter. Pine Bluff trailing the Bulldogs 10-7. Number 14, Jalen Macon now in quarterback for Pine Bluff. Trip receivers the near side, 1 to the far, 1 running back in for the new quarterback, Macon. Macon, back to pass. Now he's going to roll the pocket. Still looking. Now he'll pepper it away and try to run. He's at the 50. He'll run out of bounds before he gets to the 45-yard line of the Bulldogs. Quick pickup of 5 yards on the play. Number 12, Marvin Smith, the Bulldogs' leading tackler, pursues him out of bounds. 2nd down and 4 from the 45 of the Bulldogs. Pine Bluff's team, even though it lost to Tennessee State, beat Miles. Now you're here with the Bulldogs. Quick snap. Pine Bluff looking down the field will shake his hand. He's got a receiver. Bulldogs and the Lions will run into each other about the 20-yard line. And that's Boyd, intended receiver. And chasing him for the Bulldogs, number 12, Marvin Smith. Smith gets the call against him, playing coming out of safety. I like that move. The quarterback shakes his shoulders. But both the defender and the receiver are running side by side. Smith did not try to gain an advantage. Nevertheless, penalty goes against the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Golden Lions from the Bulldogs' 30-yard line. Making back the pass over the middle. It is complete to Lloyd again. Lloyd outside of the 10-yard line. Pine Bluff in a hurry-up offense. 48 seconds left to go in the first period. Bulldogs leading 10-7. This one may turn out to be a shootout. Liston Richardson comes back onto the field. At nose tackle, he'll tell the big fella next to him, 9'3". Darian slide down a bit. Darian Wesley is now Pine Bluff will run the ball to the right side, and a host of Bulldog defenders are going to get there and drop the running back for a loss, led by number 4, Zarian Hayes. Number 14, Macon, still in quarterback for Pine Bluff. They get a tackle for loss for 1 yard, back to the 17-yard line. 2nd down and 11 for Pine Bluff. Quarter will end. That will do it. The end of the first quarter. Bulldogs leading the Golden Lions 10-7. Timeout on the field. We'll give a 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
All right, the end of the first quarter. from Huntsville, Alabama. Huntsville, home of Alabama A&M Bulldogs. They have a 10-7 lead. You're listening play-by-play action given by Ted Dixie of WJA from Huntsville, Alabama, 99 FM. Broadcasting fraternity allowing us to simulcast this game tonight. Pray for it. We'll also be simulcasting this weekend's competition, Alcorn State Braves and the Prairie View A&M University campus. That'll be on WRL. That is also 90.9. We got you covered, coming or going. Of course, we're going to continue to give you broadcast coverage out the 2020, not just for football, but basketball, volleyball attempts, other sports on the docket here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Right now, we're enjoying Southwestern Athletic Conference Thursday night football action between the Golden Lions, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and home team, should I say, Alabama A&M Bulldogs. And, of course, if you're familiar with the sound of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, that is the home of our coaching guru, and to the network, Coach Van Pettaway. Sure, somewhere in the crowd cheering on his Bulldogs for tonight's contest. You have a great weekend of football scheduled for you, as we'll break that down a little bit later on, but we're going to head back now to the start of the second quarter from Huntsville, Alabama.
Welcome back to Lewis Cruz Physical Education Complex. Bulldogs and Golden Lions. Bulldogs lead 10-7. Ted Dixie, along with Gerald Griffin, our spotter, Parker Sims, and Janae McDowell. Janae is our intern for today. We thank her for her hard work. Looking at some of the first quarter statistics, Pine Bluff 6 rushing attempts, 32 net yards. Bulldogs 9 rushing attempts, 47 yards. Bulldogs 77 passing yards to Pine Bluff's 28. Quincy Casey is 5 out of 7. No interceptions. Total offensive plays, Bulldogs 16, Pine Bluff 13. Bulldogs 124 yards, Pine Bluff 60. Donovan Eaglin back on track. 6 rushing attempts for 38 yards. Stephen Carroll Gardner, 2 receptions, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Donovan Payne, Donovan Eaglin, and Darren Turner up on that list. Xavier Billingsley, 4 total tackles with a 1.5 tackles for loss. Demarion Ellis, 3 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Zarion Hayes, 2 tackles, half tackle for loss. Pine Bluff now going from left to right. Bulldogs going from right to left. Pine Bluff second down and 12 from the Bulldogs 17-yard line, trailing the Bulldogs 10-7. Looking to see who Pine Bluff quarterback is. Macon came in earlier. Number 14, Macon back in the ball game. Still is that quarterback. No, they're going back to Makai Hagan. Higgins will take the slap. No, that's Macon in the backfield. And Macon gets pushed down, grabbed, almost got back up. And Zarion Hayes gets there again, and now a flag comes in from the referee. And I think he's going to say that Hayes slammed the quarterback to the ground. But he tried to tackle him the easy way, and that's the problem with trying to protect the quarterback sometimes. The defender doesn't know how hard to put him on the ground. Hayes tried to get him one time, and Hagan got away a little bit. And then Hayes just said, you know what? I got to turn the big boy down. And so he grabs him and flips him. And there's no discussion, but it's a personal foul that they're going to call. It is a personal foul. And the crowd shows a harsh displeasure for this call. Did they pick it up? We don't see the penalty being marked off, so they picked it up. Good job by the referee. And good job by someone to tell him he didn't see what he saw. But we'll take it. Third down and about 17 for Pine Bluff. They're way back at the Bulldog 33-yard line. Two receivers to the far side. The slot receiver will now come in motion to the near side. Hagan's going to hand it off. No, he's going to run the RPO to the near side. And it is picked off. Bulldogs finally get there. Marquez Beeson coming from the safety position. And Beeson runs almost to the George H. Thompson Fieldhouse to celebrate. Bulldogs back on track with the pick. Turning Pine Bluff back. They don't even get a field goal attempt. 14:30 left to go in the first half. Bulldogs still up 10-7. Quincy Casey now leads the Bulldogs back onto the field. Donovan Eaglin at running back. Easy pick by Beeson. Trip receivers for the Bulldogs to the far side. One running back, that'll be Eaglin. Casey now comes into the group. Looks like they're going to review to see if the interception, the ball was actually tipped. And now, nope, that was not. It was good job. We said Beeson, and that was Beeson. Good call by our spotter. I saw him shoot coming from the safety. Now they're going to verify that was an interception. It doesn't matter. Beeson's already got the crown, got the chain, got the belt on. He's already flossing, as they say. Coach Maynard looking over at the officials. Better see Coach laughing on the sideline and being upset. So let's give credit to number 41 for the Bulldogs, Evan Craighead, my homeboy, linebacker, 6'3", 218 pounds, redshirt sophomore out of Madison, Alabama, transfer from Samford University. Evan's grandfather, Jerry Shipman, Dr. Jerry Shipman, was an instructor, retired instructor from Alabama A&M. He comes home. That's hard when your dad went to FAMU. So it'll be a divided family when that game comes up. They are still in the powwow to determine if that was an interception. We saw the replay already up here in the booth. There's Craighead with the tip ball. There's Beeson with his hands up under it, pulls it to his stomach, rolls over. That's a clean interception. So the Bulldogs hoping to get the ball back after this lengthy review. Score is 10-7. Time of possession, Pine Bluff had a little bit, 30-second advantage. 1 of 2 on third down conversion. The Bulldogs were 2 of 3. The red zone chances, Bulldogs scored twice. One was a field goal. That's how the Bulldogs got to 10. Ruling on the field will stand. The Bulldogs have the ball after the Marquez Beeson interception. 1st and 10 from the 18 of the Bulldogs. 4 down lineman for Pine Bluff. RPO, or kind of an RPO, play action fake. Pass to the far side to Gums on the reception. Pick up a 6 out to the 24-yard line of Pine Bluff. Of the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 4. Yeah, folks, it's been a long day. Thursday night games means everybody goes to work right Thursday because we're taking Friday off. Should have took the day off. 2 receivers to the near side along with Clark at tight end. Casey's going to pass, fake the pass right, throws back left, and it is complete. To number 7, Eaglin coming out of the backfield. Eaglin juggled the ball for a second, pulls it in. Bulldogs ball 1st and 10 from their 34-yard line. Tackle made by number 12, Hardwick. Kayvon Hardwick with Pine Bluff. 2 receivers and the H-back to the far side. RPO, but Casey's going to keep it. Run off the right side, and I really don't want Quincy running that football. He's still banged up from last season. He'll pick up 3 on the play out to the 37-yard line. Nice-looking pass, catch and run on the previous play by Eaglin, who's still trying to make up for last week. And now we have a injured student-athlete on the field for Pine Bluff. We have a timeout on the field. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. Bulldogs up 10-7, the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
All right, we got an injury timeout on the field right now from Huntsville, Alabama. Huntsville home team. Bulldogs of Alabama A&M on top of University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff by the score of 10-7. An interception just turned away any attempt for the Pine Bluff Golden Lions to at least attempt a tie of a field goal attempt. But to no avail. The defense for the Bulldogs show up. So while they're checking the injured ball player on the field, we hope that you are enjoying our simulcast of tonight's WAC coverage. We are all about the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Yes, we like college athletics, we like all the other big boys, but I am a Southwestern Athletic Conference product. Playing Dave, broadcasting Dave, just support from top to bottom. So anytime we can, we get with our brotherhoods throughout the fraternity of broadcasters, and we, as they say, come together with some, not conspiracy, but with some co-mingling of live coverage. And truly excited about that. Got some big games coming up on the weekend throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference. A lot of conference play. We'll get things in gear. Alabama State will be taking on the Florida A&M Rattlers, who are trying to defend their extended winning at home. We'll see how that one pans out. Texas Southern will be on the road against the Grambling State Tigers. And, of course, Prairie View will be at the reservation in Lorman, Mississippi. We'll now get back over to see what the update is in our coverage from the Ted Dixie at WJAB 90.9 FM.
Welcome back to the Lewis Cruz Physical Education Complex. Bulldogs leading Pine Bluff 10-7. Ted Dixie, Darrell Griffin, Mark and McDowell on hand. Come back to play. Bulldogs will be second down and 7 from their 37. Big hello to those of you listening around the world, including Lamont, Germany, and the good folks at the Heritage Sports Radio Network. Also to Mike Harris, a huge Buffalo Bills fan, and he's getting a treat tonight because Howard Ballard was sitting in at halftime and probably part of the third quarter. Second down and call it 7 for the Bulldogs from their 37. Casey, double running backs in. Eagle's going to follow that lead. Lead blocker was number 3, Toby Hewitt. Tackle was made by number 56, Elijah Jenkins. Eagle is going to be a yard short of a first down, give him 6 on the third down and 1, Bulldog 43. Middle part of the field, Coach Maynard is probably going to go for this, so this is 2-down territory. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. It was an offset I. Now it's the diagonal line, and here comes England off the left side. England at the 50, 45, 40, still on his feet. England's going to be dropped just short of the 35-yard line of Pine Bluff. That run, of course, on the tackle, Rico Dozier. But the run, of course, is going to put the Bulldogs first and 10 for the Pine Bluff 35-yard line. The T-shirts this week read, "Don't call our bluff." Trip receivers to the far side with the spear, or the point of the spear, in the middle. 1 receiver to the near side, that's Gum. Ryan Morrow in the backfield for the Bulldogs. Morrow, RPO to the far side, and that goes to Hewitt. Hewitt trying to get away, but Hewitt, and he stretched to get that yard. They're going to just say he got back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by number 26, Donovan Collins, Pine Bluff. No gain on the play, second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Of course, talked about Laverne and Melvin McDonald up in Ellicott City. And waiting for the text to confirm that those listening over in Afghanistan, that would be someone who's in the State Department. Flag on the play. Ball start against the Bulldogs. Number 26, Ryan Morrow. A little anxious right there, trying to come out of that stand. 5-yard penalty takes the Bulldogs back to the 40-yard line of Pine Bluff. Second down and 16. First down play didn't gain the yardage. That was a screen pass off an RPO. RPO screen. There we go. To Kobe Hewitt. No gain. Now second down and 15 after the penalty. 2 receivers to the near side. Another Bulldog. The left tackle this time. And my goodness, I never thought he would ever move. That's number 76, Carson Benson. Another 5-yard penalty dropped the Bulldogs back 5 more yards to the Pine Bluff 45-yard line. When you start to switch quarterback, middle of the game especially, the cadence and the voice changes. Well, we've had some days to practice. Vincent has heard several different, but it's probably him trying to block the right defensive end, Pine Bluff, that had him moving a little. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, straight ahead rush from Morrow. Morrow will turn his shoulders, barrel forward, and go down at the 41-yard line of Pine Bluff. 4-yard pickup on the play. 3rd down now and 16 for the Bulldogs. Tackle made by number 0, Rico Dozier. Mama, there goes that man. He's as fine a football player as you will see in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. The most competitive conference in the football championship subdivision. You can look at the different conference champions that have existed the last 10 years. Here's Casey down the middle of the field. He was looking for Hewitt, but looked as if Casey was trying to throw him open because Hewitt wasn't even looking for the football. Pine Bluff had a chance to intercept it, but they don't. 4th down, a penalty flag on the field. Holding against the Bulldogs. That will probably be declined. Bulldogs on a 4th and 16, Pine Bluff 41-yard line, will punt. This will be the first punt of the game for the Bulldogs. Back deep will be Maurice Boyd for Pine Bluff, and he will plant his feet inside the 10-yard line or right on it. Creedy going to line it up to Booth. Creedy averaging about 42 yards per punt. Going to hang this one. It's caught by the Bulldogs right at the 1-yard line. The ball was in the air. Number 13, Montrell Campbell, the Bulldogs, caught the ball just outside the 1-yard line. And McCready kind of standing there, tapping everybody up, and they're smacking him on the head. Don't give the child a concussion. As we watch the replay again, and it was pointed down, almost a hybrid punt, if you will. Lloyd tried to trick everyone, but the ball goes over his head. And boy, McCready's happy about that one. All he says, I want good hang time and no return. Timeout on the field. We'll take a minute timeout with them. Bulldogs up 10-7, 10:04 left to go in the first half. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
The impact of a meal.
All right, we got a good one brewing up here from Huntsville, Alabama. 10-7 is the score. Great punt by the Golden Lions. Got the Bulldogs back in their own territory. We'll be back momentarily to hear from Ted Dixie and WJAB 90.9 FM broadcast from campus of Huntsville, Alabama. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, of course, was established in 1920, and the lone survivor of the original charter member is our beloved Prairie View A&M University. Panthers, along with 11 other partners, I won't say partners of crime, but partners of development, are proud to be a strong, solid conference representing the H experience. We get ready to get back to action now as Mr. Ted Dixie will continue on with his coverage from Huntsville, Alabama.
Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University. 10-7 is our score. Bulldogs up. 10:04 left to go in the first half. And while we have about another 5-10 second break here, of course, the news about the Magic City Classic, we may be able to speak to someone who will be an authority on the subject about a university's name, likeness, and image. That is what is at the center of that cease and desist letter. What I understand, negotiations have been going on for a year. You know what happens? They break down. Pine Bluff will snap the ball, run it right up the middle. Bulldog defense is there. Only a yard gain. Defense led by number 93, Dorian Wesley, and number 60, Liston Richardson on the run by number 24 for Pine Bluff, DJ Curry. 2nd down and 9 for Pine Bluff from their 17. The Bulldogs have gotten right. Stop turning the ball over, and the defense is playing with, after the deep punt, Here's a pass to the left side. It's complete. The receiver fell down and the defender fell down. That's Anthony Fielding, quarterback on the pass and catch. Kenji Lewis. Big third down. Third down and 4. Long 3. Call it for Pine Bluff. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. They're in that diagonal formation too. The H-back left, the running back right. Bulldogs on a blitz right up the middle. Here they come. RPO to the middle of the field, and it is caught. Held onto by Pine Bluff. Good job. The RPO went to the right side. The blitz came right up the middle. But it comes a little bit over to the side. It might have gotten there sooner. That's Lloyd on the reception. 1st and 10 for Pine Bluff. From there, 36. 10-7 is our score. Bulldogs leading. Hagan back to pass. Now he'll tuck it and run, trying to get to the far side, and he does. The big boy right there, and he's hard to bring down just with your arm. He ran right through that arm tackle. No flags on the play. He ran through the arm of Darion Hayes. So he ran through number 9 for the Bulldogs, Jordan Mitchell. Team Gloucester Pace on the tackle. 1st and 10 for Pine Bluff after that run from the 47-yard line. Hagan's still in at quarterback for Pine Bluff. Next to him, running back, be number 4, Lloyd. Press coverage for the Bulldog corner to the outside. Now they'll back up. Fake the zone and pass over the middle. It is complete. Bulldog defenders run into each other. And finally, they get the receiver down. It's number 1, Dawkins. Took 4 Bulldogs to bring him down after running into each other. Good route, better pass. 1st and 10 for Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff is a tricky team on paper. First-year coach there has the team changing their look more aggressive. As they have trip receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. That's an empty backfield set for Hagan. Bulldogs counter and will take out number 9, Mitchell. Go with a dime package. 6 defensive backs, and then they're going to try to get to Hagan. Hagan's going to tuck it and run. Hagan's dropped the ball, or was that a helmet? Might have been a helmet that came out. Yes, it did. It was Hagan's helmet. So he has to leave for a play. Let's see if we got the quarterback in just that fast. Macon at quarterback. Hagan now comes in off the bench. Hagan, who had started the game, Macon came in and looked brilliant. Pine Bluff trailing 10-7. Hagan's calling the set, 6 yards behind us. 4-down lineman for the Bulldogs. Now the outside receiver on the far side comes in motion. He'll run back. They're going to run the RPO. Bulldogs charge through the line. Hagan stands up, but he'll just throw that ball away. Good decision by the young man. Now number 14, Macon, gets his helmet. He comes back on. Gong is sounded. 3rd down and 4 for the Bulldog defense. Ball will be snapped from the 9-yard line of the Bulldogs. Hagan looked good, but Macon has looked better. I don't know in this case if you could say if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have 1. Sometimes it's okay to have 2 very fine quarterbacks. 3rd down and 4. Macon will turn to hand it off. And, oh, my goodness, the Bulldog defense gets there, but the 2nd effort and 3rd effort by the Pine Bluff running back, that was number 20, Johnny Williams on the carry, and Williams effort Pine Bluff a 1st down. I just said Pine Bluff is going to be a formidable opponent tonight. Now we get a timeout on the field for an injured student athlete, and while they tend to him, we'll take a 2-minute timeout. Bulldogs leading 10-7, 6:15 left to go in the first half. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at a break right now in the game from Huntsville, Alabama. The Bulldogs leading the Golden Lions at University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff by the score of 10-7. Ted Dixie on the call from wjab 90.9 FM in Huntsville, Alabama. We do want to remind you guys that you can listen to all of the coverage of Prairie View A&M University as well as the Southwestern Athletic Conference in every day with the Mike Prince Show. And by doing that, stay informed on the things that are going on and off the playing surface, not just football, but we're going to give you everything involved that takes place. So be sure to check us out at the Open Mic Broadcast Network website, obnradio.com, for your daily dose of the Mike Prince Show. I want to remind you guys that you can help support and carry out our broadcast coverage of Panthers football by making a $18.76 pass purchase. For that $18.76, it will help us cover all 11 games scheduled for the football season for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. It comes out to $1.71 per game. What a bargain. So go visit that website today, obnradio.com. You'll see the donation button where you can help carry on the Panther pride. Who you rooting for? Be you. I know we are listening to an Alabama A&M and a Golden Lion of University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. You are the Open Mic Broadcast Network based out of Prairie View, Texas, where we are proudly covering the SWAC from A to Z. We're going to get back over now to Mr. Ted Dixie and his continued coverage from Huntsville, Alabama.
All it takes is for you to contact the don't put your name on the list, make that contribution, just like that folks did at commercial. A.J. Smith led the way. His favorite show is Return to the Source. Father, City was big jazz, Nato, played jazz, old train outside of St. Louis. City also came here, sat right here in the Isaac Brooks WJAB broadcasting booth, which is situated in the Ronald and Patricia Michaela McIntosh press box, sits high atop the playing surface at the Lewis Cruz Physical Education Complex, which is vanguarded to the north of the George H. Hobson Fieldhouse, and covered by a sea of light. George H. Jones Tailgating Plaza. Shout out to all of his children and grandchildren. First and 10, Pine Bluff from the Bulldogs 25-yard line. Bulldogs up 10-7, 6:15 left to go in first half. Ted Dixie, qualified spotter, Darrell Griffin, Marcus Sims, who's getting his thing together. There's not many scores, but we're hoping we can have a couple of good halftime guests for you. Get you caught up on a few. Being community connected here at WJAB. First and 10 for Pine Bluff from the Bulldogs 25. Run right up the left side. That pounding. 2 yards picked up by number 20, Johnny Williams. Tackle led by number 4, Zarian Hayes. Second down and 8, Pine Bluff. This turning out to watch on Thursday night. Lights. Course getting ready. Crowd looking sparse at first. Darrell reminded me, hey man, got to work this. Second down and 8 for Pine Bluff. Roll the pocket, Bacon finds a short receiver. That's the tight end on the waggle. He's pulled to the ground. Number 85, Kevin English. Tackle was made on the play. Looks like number 12, Marvin Smith on the tackle. 3rd and 2 for the Bulldog defense, leading 10-7. The ball is placed squarely on their 12-yard line. Quick handoff from Pine Bluff. The Bulldog defenders look like they got there, but just a little bit late. That carry will be enough for Pine Bluff first down. That's Williams again on the carry. First and 10 for Pine Bluff from the Bulldog 15. 4:55 left to go in the first half. Liston Richardson on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Hurry up offense from Pine Bluff. 4 down linemen for the Bulldogs. Now safety's going to creep up. Bulldogs slant, RPO to the near side. Pass is caught the 6-yard line, and now they're getting forward progress down to the 4. Then they run that RPO. Number 85, Kevin English on the catch from the pass from Macon. Now Macon leading another scoring opportunity. First and goal for Pine Bluff, the Bulldog 4. Here's Harris on the handoff against, Williams. receives a handoff. He'll cut out of the backfield up to the 5-yard line and fall down, and they'll put him back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by number 4, Darion Hayes. Second down and goal from the 4 for Pine Bluff. 4 minutes left to go in the half. Second down and goal from the 4. Golden Lions will have 2 running backs bracketing, making the quarterback. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near. Handed off to Williams again, trying to come right side. Follow the lead blocker. Darion Hayes again on the tackle. Williams goes down to the 5-yard line. No gain on the play. Third down and goal from the 5. Now coming on the field, the Bulldogs, number 93, Wesley. Coming out, number 60, Liston Richards. Bulldogs showing 4 down linemen, 2 in, standing up. Now they'll shift. Bulldogs coming off the edge. They're going to go get Macon, trying to get him. Macon stands up, throws, and he hits the revolt. Man, that was a bullet. Bacon's pass went right to the receiver and hit him in the chest and bounced out on the ground. Incomplete pass. Kevin Inglis, the tight end, dropped that one. You couldn't do much more than what Macon did on that play right there. Now it's going to leave Pine Bluff 4th down and goal from the 5, and they're going to attempt a field goal. Wow. Jeremy Baker, Dean Saris out of the snap, Thomas Rennie, and the hold, the number 18, Cochran. The marching maroon and white is on that end. Watch the football, folks. The ball is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field. We are tied 10-10. Pine Bluff's good field goal by Saris. 2:54 left to go. Timeout on the field, 2 minutes. We're tied at 10. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute.
All right, we got a tie ball game now from Huntsville, Alabama. Field goal attempt good for the Golden Lions to get us all knotted at 10. You're listening to a simulcast broadcast here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs and the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Ted Dixie on the call from WJAB 90.9 FM from the campus of Huntsville, Alabama. So as we may mention, this is the kickoff of the weekend that shall be throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference as teams will get ready to do battle. Some other action that will be scheduled for the SWAC over the weekend. Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils will be putting on their traveling shoes, go to Indianapolis to take on North Carolina Central in another MEAC SWAC competition. You have the Texas Southern Tigers will be on the road to take on the Grambling State Tigers. Going to have FAMU hosting Alabama State, and of course going to have Prairie View on the road to the reservation to take on the Alcorn State Braves. You listen to that game right here at the Open Mic simulcast of WPRL 90.9, or should it be 90.1? I get it confused. 90.1 FM for WPRL broadcast. Charles Edmond will be on that coverage. Get all that right here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Don't forget, follow me on X at the Mike Prince Show, and you can stay informed on any and everything we got that covers the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We're going to head back now over to Mr. Ted Dixie. Minutes and some change remaining before the first half from Huntsville, Texas.
Education Complex. Pine Bluff has just tied it up at 10 with a field goal. And this Thursday night football game is looking to be rather interesting. Going to have a barn burner. Got a nice crowd here at Louis Cruz Stadium. Last time we had a Thursday night game that I can remember, or maybe I should say the most memorable Thursday night game, would be one where we were looking at the threatening skies overhead as we have our halftime guest making his way in. 2 minutes, 54 seconds left before we go to half. We got Reginald Gibson, who I told someone earlier And he's going to be conflicted next weekend, even though he played here at Alabama A&M. His father-in-law taught me and my father at Tuskegee, Ernest Grant. And of course, sitting down next to him there, Big House, Howard Ballard, Alabama A&M, and of course, the American Football Conference champion Buffalo Bills. As the kick goes far to the end, it will be fielded by Young. Young at the 15, he turns and gets clobbered around the 20-yard line. They'll mark him down to 21. Pine Bluff is just tied. That's Tavon Hardwick on the tackle. That's Reginald Gibson, and we get Howard Big House Ballard. I tell you who I'm missing. I'm missing Mo Zilla. Where's Mo Zilla? We had some good stories to tell back in the day, man. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their 21-yard line. And, of course, folks, homecoming's coming up next week. Win, lose, or draw, the HBCU homecoming, it's the family reunion that's most important. You'd love to win the game, but family's more important. Trip receivers to the near side, the inside slot receiver's going to run around the formation and give it to Donovan Eaglin. But Pine Bluff's waiting on it, and they meet him at the line of scrimmage. No pickup for Eaglin. 2nd down and 10. Number 50, Ryland Woods for Pine Bluff on the tackle. I have a friend I went to Howard University with, a huge Buffalo Bills fan from Buffalo. I texted him and told him Big House was at the broadcast. He wants to know if he can get an autograph. Can he send you something? You send it back to him. We'd like that. Big House. 2 receivers of Bulldogs, the far side, 1 to the near. Casey back to pass. Now he's going to pull it down and try to run. Casey at the 20. He's still on his feet. He's dropped at the 25-yard line. It's going to leave the Bulldogs with 3rd down and 6. Casey gets up and just adjusts his shoulder pads, and that's what we want to see. That young man carries that football. Quincy Casey, 6'1", 180-pound redshirt junior out of Memphis, Tennessee, transferred from Jackson State. A flag on the play, which we did not see, and they're stepping that off. It's a 10-yard penalty. Must have been holding on the Bulldogs. Casey will now take the Bulldogs 2nd and 20 from the Bulldog 11-yard line. 1:47 left to go. Probably won't take any chances here. Just as I say that, the Bulldogs are in the physical formation. Rarely do we see a quarterback under center any longer. As some say, never made sense to need 5 yards and snap the ball back 5. Casey throws the ball to the near sideline. Pass is incomplete. Kind of hung in the air. Keelan Hambrick went up to get it, but it looked like the ball almost slowed down. Laprell Boyd made a play on the ball. That's a run again, the replay of Quincy running the football. Now 3rd down and 10 again, 3rd down and 20 for the Bulldogs. Hambrick, no one on him. Safeties are 15 yards off the ball for Pine Bluff. Donovan Eaglin, no, that's Ryan Morrow on his feet, still on his feet. Morrow over the 20, over the 25. Morrow goes down, and stay at the 28-yard line. Good job, because that leaves the Bulldogs with 4th and 3, 1:21 left. Bulldogs are going to punt. McCready hurries up. Bulldogs are going to try to hurry up and get a punt off. And they're lined up and set. Pine Bluff sends Lloyd back deep. Everyone's set on the 4th down and 3 play. Bulldogs are going to fake it and go right up the middle. Oh, my goodness, that's the same thing that happened last week when we faked it. And it's number 33, Harold Jemison Jr., ran the football, but he tripped up. He came up a yard short. He had a lane. He had the hole. He just didn't get there fast enough, and now Bulldogs have put themselves a little bit in a precarious situation. 1:16 left to go in the half. Pine Bluff gets to line it up and try it again. 1st and 10 from the 30. If wish we could do that all over again was a person. Single receiver out to the numbers on the near side. Double up H-backs on the far. They're going to pitch it that way, toss, and that running back is on his way, and he's run out of bounds at the 20-yard line finally. Bulldogs, that's number 6, Michael Jamerson, excuse me. And goodness, it looked like the Bulldogs were just, when we watched the replay here, Jamerson just did not come out of his stance, shot out of a cannon. That play is designed to run from a hurry up. So the Bulldogs have hurried up, got set. They're waiting on Pine Bluff. Now there's a flag at the end of that play. We can't hear the natural sound to see how it comes up. There's an additional penalty that puts that ball spot at the 10-yard line, first and goal for Pine Bluff. Face masking penalty call. 1:09 left in the first half. We're tied at 10. Bulldogs going to try to stay in good stead here. Here's a handoff again. Bulldogs pounce right on it. That number 20, Williams. 2-yard loss. Now a timeout is called. Jordan Mitchell on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Timeout called, and the timeout man is lost in the wash. I don't see him anywhere. I see Cedric Pearl in that orange reflective suit that he's wearing. So we will take a 30-second timeout. 30 seconds, 1:03 left to go in the first. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
My mom has taken up going to the park.
All right, we got a slight break in the action right now. 30-second timeout from Huntsville, Alabama, all tied at 10. 1:09 left in the first half. The Golden Lions and the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M doing battle. Ted Dixie on the play-by-play from WJAB 90.9 FM. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, from the studios of the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll get back to game coverage.
Goal for Pine Bluff from Bulldogs 12. Here's a pass Hagan to the end zone, overthrew his intended receiver. That's number 4, Lloyd. Lloyd had beat the 2 Bulldog defenders to the corner of the end zone. Macon's good-looking quarterback. Jalen Macon, 6'5", 230-pound redshirt sophomore out of Nashville, Tennessee. Hillsborough High School. Why you go all the way up there? You could have come down. I knew someone was going to say that time I said Nashville. 3rd down and goal for Pine Bluff from the Bulldog 12. 57 seconds left to go in the half, and Pine Bluff, if the Bulldog defense can hold, they have a chance to take the lead on a field goal. Here's Macon back to pass. He's got a receiver in the corner of the end zone. Bullet pass. Touchdown, Pine Bluff. Wow. Reception made by Tristan Ballard. Pine Bluff goes up on the Bulldogs 16-10. And we look for the play up here as the previous play is shown again, the overthrow. My goodness. Think about that 7 points. You might have to put that one on the coaching staff. We try the punt, the fake punt that comes up a yard short. And now Pine Bluff with the Ferris extra point is good. Don't know where the timeout man, he went to the other side of the field. We can see him, but he does not come on. 51.2 seconds left. We'll stay right here. So set that up. We were 10-10. Bulldogs had the ball, the clock running down the first half. 4th down and 3, the Bulldogs, after a fine run by Ryan Morrow to get us in that position. Coach Maynard decides to go for it. Jemison Jr. is a yard short. Pine Bluff gets the ball. Rest is history, 17-10. 51.2 seconds left to go in the first half, and Bulldogs go from tied up to down 7. Pine Bluff also scored on their opening possession of the game, and now Pine Bluff comes onto the field. The Bulldog was Santero Gardner, and at number 4, Cameron Young back deep. Kicking off will be Saris, number 38, Dean Saris, Pine Bluff. In a season where the Bulldogs are now depending upon not losing another conference game. And that's the only way It's an end-over-end kick on the ground. Will be fielded, touched by Young. Everyone's trying to tell him just to get down. Young trying to catch the corner. He will finally go down. Clock still running, but it stops at 45 seconds. I expect the Bulldogs to take a couple of knees. We'll just go in halftime. Try to regroup, down 17-10. First and 10 for the Bulldogs from their 13-yard line. Bulldogs going left to right, wearing white helmets, maroon jerseys, and maroon pants, trimmed in white. Pine Bluff, black helmets, trimmed in gold. White jerseys, trimmed in black, black numerals, black pants. Casey back to pass. He'll find a receiver over the middle. That's Young. Hang on to the football, son. And Young will be pulled to the ground. The play clock is not moving. Tackle made by number 50, Woods. Down and call it 7 for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs empty backfield set for Casey. 20 seconds left to go in the half. Casey's going to move out of the pocket, change the launch point. He's got a receiver complete. The 38-yard line of the Bulldogs, 14 seconds left. It's number 3, Hewitt, on the catch. Bulldogs thinking about maybe another 20 yards, 47, 57-yarder. Bulldogs need about 30 yards. The timeout is called on the field. And we'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Bulldogs trailing 17-10. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
Into the building for the first time after the shooting. It was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBT future, Barbara Palmer, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance now at no.com. As No Labels and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Lewis Cruz Stadium. First and 10 for the Bulldogs from their 38-yard line. Empty backfield set for Casey. Bulldogs trying to get 25 yards out of it. Pine Bluff trying to stop them. 3 receivers, 25 yards off the ball. Casey throws it right down the middle. And there's a penalty flag as they stop the play. Probably legal procedure. Didn't look like someone was set. But offside on Pine Bluff, is just about to say the left defensive lineman for Pine Bluff looked like he jumped across in the neutral zone. The preseason poll, and they're showing now on the ESPNU broadcast, had FAMU leading the East. The Bulldogs picked 4th. Pine Bluff was picked last in the West. Call it the 1st down and 5 because of the 5-yard offside penalty. 13.4 seconds left, but 14, yes, they corrected the time. All right, here we go. Empty backfield set again for Casey. Trip receivers to the far side, Gertrude. 2 to the near, Barbara Jean. And maybe I ought to call that the Gertrude Barbara Jean set. Casey's going to throw it short. He's got Eaglin. Eaglin in the middle of the field. No, that's Gardner at the 45 of Pine Bluff. Timeout on the field with the 1st down. Another timeout called by the Bulldogs. Coach Maynard trying to make up for that bad decision to go for it on 4th down. Bulldogs will get one more play because where the ball is spotted now at the 44-yard line, it'll be a 61-yard field goal. I'd like to see it. Barbosa would probably like to try it, but I think for that long a different distance, Moffitt is the one that would take the field goal attempt. He has a stronger leg. So now we got big plans next week for homecoming. You get a long time between games. That ought to make the Bulldogs pretty hungry. So let's see. We need a quick 10-yard out. Hambrick is the near side, tallest receiver we've got. Coming that way, but it's Gardner underneath, and he'll just skip out of bounds. No, that's Young underneath, and he goes out of bounds. I'll mark him out at the 37-yard line, 47 plus 7, a 54-yard field goal now. And Barbosa will come on. We're going to try it. The school record is 49 yards. Barbosa is trying to count the yardage on the field to tell McCready where to sit down. But now Pine Bluff will take a timeout. We'll stay right here. This could be a big moment. Could see a record-setting field goal as the A&M coaching staff. Special teams is still here. Offense is still there. No one left yet. This is a big moment, especially for the field goal or the special teams unit, which has been a strength for the Bulldogs, even though we've had 2 punts blocked on the season. Now McCready, the holder, will plant his knee at the 44-yard line. It makes it a 54-yarder. The school record, and this is Moffitt who's going to take it. School record, 49 yards, Chance Wilson. Snap from Miller to kick the hold. It's up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he just missed it by 3 or 4 yards. Wow. That's the end of the half. Bulldogs trailing 17-10. Stay tuned for the Electronic Media halftime show hosted by Marcus Sims. I'll get a quick break in, and then we're going to have a good conversation. The Big House. Howard Ballard right here on 90.9 FM WJAB. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
All right, man. We got some action going on here from the Huntsville area, as the field goal attempt of 54 yards came a little bit short. But what an exciting game it is. The Bulldogs are trailing right now 17-10 at the half. Ted Dixie on the call from WJAB 90.9 FM in Huntsville, Alabama. Well, as we've been talking all throughout the first half, you got a big weekend of conference play this weekend. Of course, Mississippi Valley will be in Indy taking on North Carolina Central. Other East matchups will have Alabama State on the road against FAMU. And Bethune-Cookman will bring their shoe to Jackson State. On the west side, you're going to have Texas Southern on the road to Grambling State. Southern has a bye week. And then you'll have Alcorn hosting Prairie View A&M University. Most of those games will be starting at 6 p.m. Central Time. And, of course, we'll have the simulcast of Prairie View right here from the Open Mic Broadcast Network. WPRL and Mr. Charles Edmond for the play-by-play coverage on that. But we do want to remind you that as soon as that game is over with, 15 minutes after the fact, you can join us on the Open Mic Broadcast Network for the 1876 after party. We'll recapture the game and the scores that took place around the Southwestern Athletic Conference and give you all that you can handle in the world athletics. We've got some big soccer weekends and volleyball weekends. Conference play is opening up, so we'll get you all the roundups and scores that we can throughout the entire athletic gamut. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, from the Open Mic Broadcast Network, located in Prairie View, Texas, where we call ourselves the Heels. And, of course, in Huntsville, they refer to themselves as the Heel. And I give Coach Petaway a hard time about they got us by a year, I believe. They were founded in 1875, and Prairie View founded in 1876. So I guess technically they are the original Heel. But don't tell them I said that. Don't tell them I said that at all. But right now, we're at halftime right now. Hope you're enjoying this coverage of Southwestern Athletic Conference Thursday night edition, the start of the weekend. Huntsville home team Bulldogs trailing the Travelers of University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff by the score of 17-10. We're going to transition over now that we'll pick up the rest of the halftime features, special guest with Mr. Ted Dixie, who is the voice of the Bulldogs, and we'll come back after the conclusion of the halftime festivities with the second half of play of Bulldog football. This is the Open Mic Broadcast Network and simulcast partnership with the A&M Bulldogs Football Network.
There we go. We're up. It is your halftime show here on 90.9 FM WJAB. You're also following this on WJAB.org. Currently, Arkansas Pine Bluff leading our maroon and white 17-10 here at the beautiful Louis Cruz Stadium. The Marshall Maroon and White are actually on the field right now. If I'm correct, they're bringing you their rendition of Whitney Houston's I'm Your Baby Tonight. Big hit in the 80s, right, Janae? Janae, y'all sit next to me. You remember that song?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm Your Baby Tonight. Produced by Babyface. Big song right now. Big action going on here at Louis Cruz Stadium. It's a Thursday night game here on the Hill. And just to give you a couple updates, some standings here in the HBCU conference games. In the CIAA, your number one team going on right now is Virginia Union in the north. In the south, you have Johnson C. Smith in the south of the CIAA. In the SIAC, your number one team is Tuskegee. Your number two is Benedict. Number three is Allen. And of course, in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, our conference in the East, your number one team is Florida A&M. And in the West, your number one team is Prairie View. And don't forget now, of course, homecoming coming up here on the campus of Alabama A&M. Homecoming, the game is at 2 p.m. Pre-game is at 1:30 p.m. And jumping ahead, Gulf Coast Classic. The challenge is coming up. That's on October the 7th, and we'll talk more about that. You'll hear more about that on WJAB-FM. Also at AAMUsports.com. So you'll hear much, much more about the Gulf Coast Classic, but also homecoming as our Maroon and White takes on inside rival, I guess you could say, Tuskegee. Don't forget now, for other things happening here on the campus of Alabama A&M, the volleyball team will be taking on Bethune-Cookman. That game will take place tomorrow. And also the women's soccer team, Janae, I know this is kind of sponsor your heart. They're taking on Chicago State, which is in Chicago.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Chicago State. That's how that works.
You know what, Marcus, I'm not even going to comment on that.
But good luck to all of our teams. We want to remind everyone, once again, you can go to AAMUsports.com for more information, for ticket information, and also follow all of the great sports, all of our student athletes here on the campus of Alabama A&M. And Janae, whenever we put together a presentation like this, a show like this on radio and also on TV and getting it out there to our listening audience, we have a lot of student workers up here.
Yes.
So I just want to give a shout out to three right now, Talise, Tim, and Cam.
That's right. They are working hard.
Yes, these are some hard workers. They're working the scoreboard. They're getting stats. They're doing a lot of technical work around. We want to thank them, of course, our students that are involved with WJAB TV as well. We know Ms. Latoya Clemens does a great job working with those students as well, as we like to put our students to work here on the Hill, right?
That's right. That is right.
So what we're going to do right now, once again, as a reminder, WJAB.org is where you can follow us for all of the sports information, all music information. Go to WJAB.org. Also, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter. You'll find out more information about everything that's happening, all things WJAB, and we do a great job spotlighting what's happening here on the beautiful campus of Alabama A&M. Another quick reminder, don't forget this Sunday, the finale of Jazz in the Park with headliner, keyboardist Ben Tankard. You can join WJAB. Showtime is at 5 p.m. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we're going to have Nathan, let you know what's happening with homecoming here on the Hill. There are so many great activities, events that touch on it. After this 3-minute timeout, it's halftime here on the campus of Alabama A&M, 17-10, Arkansas Pine Bluff, and we'll be right back in 3 minutes.
Here at WJAB, we know our listeners are looking for more than just music. We know that you want an experience that only radio can give, especially in the wee hours of the morning. We invite you to listen to a new program that brings you jazz for those who feel jazz. Pub Radio Jazz at midnight until 5 a.m. Various hosts will present acoustic mainstream jazz, focusing on a strong lyrical sound that will delight you, the casual listener and passionate jazz lover. That's Pub Radio Jazz, weekdays from midnight to 5 a.m. on WJAB-FM and WJAB.org.
Good morning, heartache. You are to me tight.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous, as in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your local. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
17 to 10 here on the beautiful campus of Alabama A&M. The March Maroon and White just left the field right now. And Janae, there's something about a Thursday night game. It hits a little different.
It does, but it is awesome.
The lights are hitting the band. The band is glistening out there. It's something about a Thursday night game. It's fall time. Well, it's not fall. Is it fall? It's officially fall time.
Yes, it is officially fall.
It's officially fall. It's something about fall football. You know, growing up in Indiana, the crisp winter, when the air hits your lungs, it does a little something. It gives you a boost. It does something to your oblongata and medulla, as the silver-tongued one Ted Dixie would say. Yeah. That being said, also, for everyone who can multitask, I can multitask very well. If you're watching the game right now, I want everyone to know, just in case you're watching a little NFL right now, the San Francisco 49ers 10, the New York Giants 3. So, I mean, the Brock Purdy is going up against the Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley for the Giants has had that big contract extension. And Brock Purdy, I mean, Mr. Irrelevant in the draft, but you know what? Doing good things for the San Francisco 49ers. Don't forget to check us out, wjab.org, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Janae, what is happening with Homecoming 2023 here on the Hill?
Oh, my goodness. I don't even know where to begin, but we're going to start 9:23, services, 7 a.m. to 12 noon. Then we got a kickoff party, 9 p.m. until.
Okay, 9 p.m.
Right on the quad. And, of course, on 9:24, the Gospel Explosion with Ricky Dillard. 9:25, Life Under the Hill. Having a pool party up here for the students. All right, for the students. Don't want to leave out the faculty and staff, because on 9/27, faculty staff yard show. So you gotta come out and see us perform. 9/28, National Alumni Association Golf Tournament and a pep rally, and 9/29, Alumni Day Party featuring Stokely. Tell them about Stokely, Marcus.
Stokely, of course, lead singer, mint condition. I'm sure Ted Dixie has a lot of Stokely hit songs. You Send Me Swinging, Pretty Brown Eyes. I think that's the same song. No, it's not the same song. Yeah, and let me say this on his own. Stokely has had plenty of solo success as well. Actually, I had the opportunity to interview Stokely about a year ago when he came to the Tennessee Valley, so he's going to come back. So great artist, mint condition, Stokely.
That's right. A lot of people didn't understand who that was, so I appreciate you setting that straight. So, of course, we don't have time to get them all in there. But we got the STEP show, National Alumni Association coming up. We got the parade. Oh, my goodness, the class reunion, scholarship brunch, Alumni Day Party featuring Stokely. I talked about that. I don't even know where to stop.
There's so much great information, Janae, and we want to remind everyone to go to AAMUsports.com to get your tickets for the homecoming game, for all the information that you need about sports here on the Hill. And if you have any questions about what's going on for homecoming, go to AAMU UAPB-ALABAMA.edu for more information. Got to give a big shout out to our friends at Speaking Out News. They help provide some of the information that we brought to you during the halftime show. So always a great coverage that they give of HBCU Black college sports. So salute to our friends at Speaking Out News. Don't forget to check us out once again at wjab.org, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And when we come back after this 2-minute timeout, we'll do a 2-minute timeout. My man Ted Dixie, the Tony Schiavone of HBCU football.
How did you get that name, Ted? Come on, you got to tell us. How did you get that name?
The Tony Schiavone of HBCU football will be back with a very special guest. 17 to 10 here at the beautiful Louis Crews Stadium, nighttime football and 2-minute timeout, and we'll be right back after this.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand?
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Tom and Levi.
Tom is the smartest man I know. He's been a professor at 2 major universities, been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, he told me that he was having problems in his classes. I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. And he's telling them that he's doing it as a favor to them, but I think in reality he just wanted to get out of there. I was really starting to worry because I saw something that's wrong.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me, and my love for him was just immense.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
And right now, let's go over to my man Ted Dixie, the silver tongue one himself of HBCU football. He has a special guest that he's going to speak with right now.
Thank you so much, Marcus and Janae. Great halftime show. We really like that. Hey, folks, we don't get an opportunity to talk to someone who has the ring hardware that this young man has, the big house himself, Howard Ballard. Welcome again. Good to see you, man. What's going on?
Thank you. Nothing much. Just trying to see a little football, and hopefully Alabama A&M will come back and pull it out.
Definitely Howard Ballard of the Buffalo Bills, but more importantly in the Hall of Fame here at Alabama A&M University. Big House, how do you like some of the things that you see around campus right now? It looks vastly different than when you were in school.
That is correct, yes. A little bit better than seeing the black and white cows walking around right there with the football field and the track and all of that. But it's beautiful, though. They have really done a real good job.
Tell us, Howard, some of your most memorable moments here at Alabama A&M.
Probably going down to Milton Frank, playing some games, and then switching over to Joe Davis. That baseball field wasn't nothing like the Frank being a real good stadium for football. Milton Frank was. We never had an opportunity to play here on campus, but we did practice in the old stadium up behind Grayson, and had some good practices on Thursday evenings. Got fiery at times, offense against defense, because Coach Green was an offensive guy and John Chavis was a defensive guy. So we got fiery at times.
Coach Chavis, who was on the LSU coaching staff.
Correct.
And I've had friends that were student athletes at other colleges, and they would come home and watch your practice, and they would say you were doing the same thing in your practice that they were doing in theirs. When you got to the NFL, what was that like? Were there similarities in what you did at Alabama A&M?
It was a lot of similarities because when I first came to A&M, Coach Green and Woodrow McCorvey, Curtis Harris, Freddie Jones, all of those guys used to go up and visit the, I think it's the Cincinnati Bengals back then, and watch training camp or mini camp and stuff, and they brought a lot of their techniques and a lot of their terminology and stuff, so it made it a whole lot easier when you got there.
I'm a believer that the smartest people in the NFL are the offensive linemen. So tell us about what prepares you at Alabama A&M to go be a professional athlete.
Well, really the competition wasn't as bad as people say it is at Division II level. And plus we played some D1 AA schools like Alabama State back in the day. So Zephyr Smalls, he was a guy that made it onto the NFL as well from Alabama State. We had a couple other guys from Tuskegee that was in the league when I was there, like Frank Waters, I think his name is, was a DB. So it was a lot of guys came from HBCU.
Of course, Big Frank. Now, I mean, well, saying Frank and just thinking about the name. But now, in your time at the Buffalo Bills, you got to go to starting left tackle, right tackle, starting right tackle. 2 Super Bowls,
4 Super Bowls.
4 Super Bowls. Who did all those rings?
It's just safe to talk about.
It's just safe to talk about. Really that big and that valuable?
Some of them are, yeah. Some of them are big.
Now, what would you like to say to the Bulldogs faithful, those who are going to journey back to Norman's Hill for homecoming?
Hopefully that they will come and enjoy themselves, see a lot of people they went to school with. Also, try to plug the Buffalo Letterman's Club with Newt Walker and a lot of the guys trying to get membership for that as well. They try to provide some scholarship help for the non-revenue sports. So hopefully people will give a little money to that or get a membership or something.
Thank you so much for the plug. 2 seconds left in the halftime. We'll get back to the football game. Bulldogs trailing 17-10. That was Howard Ballard, folks. And I've got a friend who I texted. He hadn't hit me back yet, but I'll get your number again. I lost it last year, and we'll be sure to talk to you in the future. But thank you so much for coming by and stopping by to see us. That's Howard Ballard, folks. We'll take another. Well, can't take a timeout because we're getting back onto the field. Bulldogs trailing 17-10. We got a lot of work to do, folks. And we'll look at the first half statistics as soon as they bring them back to us. One thing I can say about the first half, the Bulldogs shot themselves in the foot by trying for a 4th down conversion, fake punt. People have watched it enough now, so it looked like Pine Bluff might have been waiting on that. But what happened was Harold Jemison Jr. had a hole, but it looked like he kind of hesitated when he left his stance. That took away that yard advantage. Pine Bluff got the ball back and subsequently turned that down over, the ball going over on downs into a 17-10 lead as quarterback coach Jason Mai, with a sling on his arm, makes his way back up into the coaching booth. He's never been up here before. Usually he's on the sideline signaling in. But we know so far in the ball game the Bulldogs have been effective. It's just not effective enough to score 17-10. As the timeout man is on the field, we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout and come back. And we're a little bit late. We'll let you get caught up on the kickoff result. Bulldogs trailing 17-10. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer.
In response to attacks against Asian Americans, Maddie Park raised over $250,000 to donate camp rides to the Asian community.
There is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Support the Asian community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
By Lloyd. Lloyd at the 15, Lloyd at the 20, still on his feet for 25, and Lloyd goes out of bounds over the 30-yard line. We got to get Moffitt back to kicking that ball through the end zone. Pine Bluff's getting a little close here on the kickoffs. 17-10 is our score, 14:52, just underway in the second half. Pine Bluff black helmets, trimmed in gold, white jerseys, and black numerals, black pants, trimmed in gold. Bulldogs white helmets, maroon jerseys, white numerals, maroon pants, white stripes. Big ups to Soup and BB out there. Barbecue restaurant on the way in, I call it Triana, Alabama. Bunch trip formation to the near side or to the far side for Pine Bluff. They're going to hand it off up the middle. And my goodness, the Bulldog defender, that's Zarion Hayes, got there quickly. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for Pine Bluff. The carrier on the play, ball carrier, Michael Jamerson. 2nd down and 10, Jamerson. If you look at Pine Bluff statistics before coming into this game, they had several student athletes with passing, receptions, and several running the football. Here's making down the field a good strike opportunity. Flag comes out. The incomplete pass. Pass is going to go against passing interference, might go against Tate. Coach Maynard's pleading his case on the sidelines of the field judge. Desmond Dawkins was the intended receiver. And Coach now coaching up his defensive back, but number 12 on the play, no foul on the play. They pick up the flag. Good job. As you look at the replay, we got to tell that guy on the field level he's got to start out a little wider on his shot. Nevertheless, now we're back 3rd down to 10. Bulldogs trailing 17-10. Have a lot of work to do. Now Bulldogs making wholesale changes. Number 54 for the Bulldogs coming onto the field. Dimitri Morgan, 6'5", 215-pound redshirt freshman on the end. Let's see if he makes some noise. Bulldogs showing blitz. Here they come. Mitchell, everyone in the middle. The ball is thrown. It is caught, complete, but well short of the first down. Progress made to the 34-yard line. That's Lloyd on the pass reception. A flag on the play. No, that's the last play. And Pine Bluff will punt. Marvin Smith on the tackle for the Bulldogs. 4th down, a call at 6 from the Pine Bluff 34-yard line. Bulldogs trailing 17-10. Terrell Gardner, if you got one in you, now's a good time to put it on display. Back deep to punt for Pine Bluff is Jeremy Baker. To get a chance and see what the punt stat was like. Bulldogs almost get there and block the punt. Gardner going to call a fair catch at the 29-yard line. Jeremy Baker only punted once in the first half and 40-yard punt. Austin McCready only punted once, and that was a 40-yard punt. So with that punt, that puts the Bulldogs at the 30-yard line of the Bulldogs. 1st and 10, the Bulldog offense comes out quickly. Quincy Casey has gone all the way at quarterback and not looked badly, or not looked too badly. Number 7, Donovan Eaglin in the backfield. Daytona receiver set. 2 receivers to the far side, bunched up, 2 to the near, spread out from the hash to the numbers. Now the outside receiver on the far side comes in the H-back. He'll give it to Eaglin. Eaglin on his feet. He'll dance over the 35-yard line. He pulls to the ground for 36 of the Bulldogs. Quick 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by Rico Dozier. He's going to finish the season, man, about 1,000 tackles. Same formation, a little bit tighter. Here's Eaglin holding the ball high and tight. He's going to push that pile forward. They'll mark his forward progress out to the 38. Tackle made by number 65, Javon Gray. 3rd down and 2 for the Bulldogs. Trailing 17-10, trying to keep the drive alive. Handoff. And it's going to be a fight, but the play's forward progress is marked at the 39-yard line. 4th down and 1. Bulldogs got caught last time trying to go for it up close. You got 1 yard to go. When you're down 17-10, you're trying to get some identity for your team or some toughness. You hope you see the Bulldogs try to go for it now, but Coach Maynard's going to play the field position ball game and punt. Try to flip the field position, but that's all going to be dependent on whether the Bulldogs and Austin McCready get a high spiral that's going to cause Lloyd back deep to fair catch it. And that's exactly what McCready does. Lloyd waves his hand, a fair catch. He's encircled by a group of Bulldog defenders at the 19-yard line. Big Sister Joyce. Barbara Jean, Pine Bluff will take over 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. 12:09 left to go to the 3rd period. Again, thank you to Marcus and Janae, or Janae and Marcus, for a fine halftime show. That's a little bit of a twist, isn't it? And we'll try to keep it popping if we can on WJAB. We hope you all will become members. Just call WJAB. What's that number? They'll write that down in a second, and we'll get you to get to be a member. We're starting Jazzathon early this year. We're going to do year-round memberships. And so the McLean commercial real estate group, Coldwell Banker. They've all in the office decided that they wanted to support WJAB, and they did. Time out on the field. Let's take a quick minute timeout. Bulldogs trailing 17-10. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work. Sorry, I'm late. Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Me? Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, get your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Back to the Lewis Cruz Physical Education Complex on the beautiful campus of Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University in Huntsville. You saw the story on AL.com about the cease and desist letter that was sent by the attorneys for the university to the Alabama Sports Commission about the use of the name, likeness, and image of the university and the sales of tickets and promotion of the Magic City Classic. From what I understand in the contract, a fee is supposed to be associated with that if you're going to use the name, likeness, and image. So a big review now is happening around the nation when it comes to the HBCU Classics. The number one payout is the Florida Classic. Number two payout now is the Magic City Classic. This year will be the highest amount of money that either school would get, $700,000 thereabouts. Encompass that with, as reported by the Jefferson County or the Birmingham Tourist Bureau, the $30 million that is generated from the Magic City Classic has been happening for years. That's right. Somebody said the chickens come home to roost. Well, that sits on top of the $500 million that Tennessee State was denied, and the money that now I think they put that number at $500 million as well for Alabama A&M. First and 10 for the Bulldogs on the first and 10 for Pine Bluff on the 19-yard line of Pine Bluff. Make it back to pass. He's looking left, throwing left. His pass is complete to 30. The receiver makes a curl and comes around past the 35-yard line, almost out to the 40-yard line. Good job, number 2, Kenji Lewis on the reception, the 6'1", 200-pound sophomore out of Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis East High School. He and Quincy Casey know each other from high school and Pee Wee football. First and 10 for Pine Bluff. Here's a quick pitch to the right side. Bulldog defense trying to get there in a hurry, and they do, but not before Pine Bluff, and that's Williams on the carry. They'll give him 2 yards on the pickup out to the 42-yard line. Second down and 8. Pine Bluff's going to stack the receivers. Looks like they're going to throw the screen to the left side. And they do, because the receiver took about 6. He was about 6 yards behind the receiver. He wasn't right up under him like the receiver was to the near side. And that is going to be a penalty call. We're waiting on it's an illegal procedure penalty. 5-yard penalty marked off. Second down and 13. Wind the clock. Pine Bluff puts the ball in play from their 37-yard line. Bunch trip formation to the left side of the formation. One receiver to the near side, pistol back to the quarterback's right. Shot block to that side, trying to fight off the blitz, and that receiver's fast as a hiccup, and man, he got to the sideline. That's number 4, Lloyd, and he got it, and man, he made a move on the defender and took off the sideline. They finally put him down at the 47-yard line of the Bulldogs. That will be enough for a Bulldog first down. For a Pine Bluff first down. Mercy. Pine Bluff down to hurry up. 2 receivers on near side. They're going to run the option to the near. Bulldogs smell it out. Macon's going to go down, number 14 on the carry. He kept it. He got dropped. For the Bulldogs, number 11, Keen Gloucester pace. Bulldogs needed something to slow up that progress. Loss of 4. Back to Pine Bluff's 49-yard line, 2nd down and 14. Trip receivers to the far side, one to the near, as is a pistol back. Making a quarterback. Bulldogs 2 linebackers we can see. The RPO to the near side, it is complete. It'll get back to 4 yards. They lost and pick up a yard past the original line of scrimmage. That's Kristen Cochran, wide receiver, 6 feet, 186-pound redshirt junior out of Detroit. Michigan went to the University of North Dakota. 3rd down and 9 for Pine Bluff from the Bulldog 46. Bulldogs showing blitz. No safety deep. They're coming for this one. Everybody comes, pass over the middle. It is behind the intended receiver. Incomplete. No flags on the play. Number 21, Anthony Fielding on the pass defense by the Bulldogs. And Pine Bluff will punt. Good job by the Bulldogs to last, if you will, during that defensive stand, that offensive series from Pine Bluff. The weakness that Pine Bluff has identified in the Bulldogs secondary on the Bulldogs secondary right side, they have tried to exploit it, as well as the RPO that they run magnificently. Their head coach, Cedric Thomas, has done a good job at that. As the punt will be fielded inside the 5-yard line. Baker's punt going to be marked dead at the 4. 9:22 left to go in the 3rd period. Derek White will down the football. Bulldogs trailing 17-10. 1 minute and a half timeout. 1 minute and a half timeout. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
I love football. I love our kickball league. Oh, I love this guy. What I love, ride when it's time to Buzz morning. All for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving. And love your car.
Complex. We're situated in the WJAB Isaac Brook Broadcasting booth, which is situated in the Ronald and Patricia Michaela McIntosh press box, which looks high over the playing surface with coconut shell in it to keep it cooler, at the Lewis Cruz Physical Education Complex, which is vanguarded to the north by the George H. Hobson Fieldhouse, which has a pleasant view of the many lights that are in the George E. Jones Tailgating Plaza. And if you turned out those lights, you could probably see those glimmering lights up here on Normal's Hill. Looking at the quarterback comparison passing yards, Jalen Macon with 125 yards. Mekhi Hagan started, he only had 15. Quincy Casey so far has 148. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their 4-yard line. Got 96 yards to go to tie it up. And that's what we need to see. Hopefully an 8-minute drive. Number 84 for the Bulldogs in motion. Going to hand it off straight ahead. Nope, pass to the far side to Gardner. No, that's Young on the catch and run. Gardner's going to sprint that ball out at the 17-yard line. Enough for a Bulldog first down. Took one play to get out of the shadow of the goalpost. The Bulldogs in. Bulldogs going right to left. Pine Bluff going left to right. Daytona set 2 receivers either side, Leroy, with Morrow in at running back. Play action pass Quincy trying to throw the ball. He's holding it again too long, trying to wait for someone to get open instead of throwing someone open. They're going to call that probably a tackle for loss, maybe even a sack. Number 5, Isaiah Ward on the play. The second time Quincy's gone out by holding the football. It's better to throw it away, son, and get the sack. He almost got back to the line of scrimmage. It's second down and call it a long 10. Quincy back to pass, and he rolls the pocket. That's a good-looking play. He'll take it short, then he'll look up. And he'll still throw it to Morrow short. Morrow puts his head down, and they will mark him out of bounds near the 25-yard line. That was number 21, Grant Ewell Jr. Morrow's progress goes out to the 24-yard line. Third down and 3 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers to the far side, as is the H-back. That's Clark. 1 receiver to the near side. That's Hambry. Morrow in the backfield. Casey calling the signal. Casey looks at the sideline. All the offensive players look to the sideline. I'm trying to see who's giving the signal. Now Clark goes in motion from right to left. Here's a fake, the quick toss. Casey looks downfield, looking. Then he goes down again. He was trying to direct the traffic, but everyone was covered. It looks like 2 Bulldogs were almost in the same place. Bryce Lusk on the tackle. 4th down for the Bulldogs. Now we're stuck in a field position battle here. Creedy, who regularly in practice kicks 50-yarders. We need a 71 right here. It's the school record, which is held by Sam Garth. 70-yard punt. Creedy gets a little pressure. He gets an end-over-ender, and it's going to ground at the 40, bounce at the 35, and be out of bounds. They will mark it out of bounds short of the 35-yard line. Almost a 40-yard punt. No return. 6:51 left to go in the third period. Bulldogs trailing 17-10. Looks like we have programming issues with scoreboard. See, normally we have that conversation all the time that on the scoreboard, the home side should be on the right side and the visitor on the left. The Bulldog defense switches. Linebackers become defensive linemen and linemen become linebackers. And Pine Bluff will just run the football. Quick pickup of 2 out to the 36-yard line, thinking Prairie View, because I was speaking with the good folks at the Mike Prince show earlier. Big hello to them out of Houston, Texas. I think they're picking up the broadcast. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near for UAPB. Macon back to pass. Macon just dodges one defender, dodges another one. He'll still throw the football. Bulldogs trying to get there. We hear the defensive coordinator, Bolware, next door to us. We share a window in the booth. They'll wind the clock, tackle for loss. Nope, they'll call it incomplete. No, not an incomplete pass. Or maybe they did call it incomplete pass. I did see him wind the clock, but the clock has stopped because there's a timeout. No, he's just giving a signal to say that everything is good, and he counted 11. That's what the referee does. 3rd down and 8 for Pine Bluff from their 36. Bulldogs. No, it's 1 safety. Everyone else on the line. Now the linebackers will back out of the A-gap. Flag comes in. Is that a delay? Looks like it might have been a delay because I'm looking. Yes, it is. Delay of game against Pine Bluff. Shows you the official wound the clock. The play clock didn't move. I mean, the game clock did not move. The play clock was moving. I cannot see the play clock yet. It is at the bottom of the scoreboard where you're going south, going north. The play clock is to the left of the Hobson Fieldhouse. 3rd down and 13. Today wanted to know how I got that name, Tony Schiavone of the Slack. Marcus gave that to me. I just like to say I'm the best play-by-play announcer in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, but really all HBCU sports. Anyway, 3rd down and 13 for the Golden Lions, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, and next week the Golden Tigers, Tuskegee, will visit Louis Cruz for homecoming. And if someone's nice, I think all I got left now is sofa space. If you're real nice, you might be able to get my father to let you get a hold of a basement room for a minute. Daryl Griffin kind of shakes his head. That's not going to happen. Trip receiver to the far side, one to the near. The running back now sprints out to the flat. Here's a short pass to the inside. Great open field tackle by Beeson. He grabbed the shoestrings of the running back who caught the pass, and that was number 2, Kenji Lewis. Tripped him up, and Lewis had a lane. He might have been able to get down like James Brown. Nevertheless, that fourth down play, or the third down play, leads at fourth down. Pine Bluff, 5:30 left to go in the third. That field position ball game. Back there. They say he's down at 27. 2-minute timeout. Bulldogs trailing 17-10, 5:22 left to go in the third. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
Here on 90.9 WJAB, we want to inform you of the movers and shakers in Tennessee Valley. Join us on WJAB. Yo, just checking in. Get engaged with local musicians, artists, businesses, and community leaders. You can also view Yo Just Checking In on wjab.org and also on WJAB's Facebook page. Keeping you informed with a few laughs. That's WJAB's Yo Just Checking In on 90.9 WJAB and WJAB.org.
That's Yo Just Checking In with host Marcus Sims every Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. on WJAB-FM and WJAB.org.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Can I touch this? Where does sand come from? Is this tree good for climbing? What happens if I mix these two things together? What are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Storing your guns securely is the best way to prevent family fire, including unintentional shootings. For more information on safe gun storage and ways to keep your family safe, visit endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org.
What do we keep in the attic? What's this thing called? Can I ride my bike backwards?
Like I said, kids are curious. It's up to us to keep them safe. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Lewis Cruz Physical Education Complex. Bulldogs trailing 17-10 to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. 22 left to go in the third. Ted Dixie, along with my spotter, Daryl Griffin, Marcus Sims, and Janae McDowell, our halftime host. And folks, you know, while you are flipping the dial on Sunday nights, going over to Channel 4 about 10:30, WZDX for the Alabama A&M Football Review with head coach Connell Maynard. And let's give a plug to those folks that do a fine job on the On the Hill podcast, keeping you up with what's happening in Alabama A&M and the sports world. They talk to student athletes, to administrators. Do a good job. They were our interns last week down in Baton Rouge. This was the outcome of that game. I don't know if we're going to let them do it again. I'm just kidding. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their 27-yard line. Bulldogs going right to left. 5:22 left to go in the third. Trip receivers to the near side, one to the far. Bulldogs trailing by 7. Going to hand it off to Morrow. Morrow coming left side. Morrow over the 30, over the 35. Morrow pulled down around the 38-yard line. Looks like he has enough for a Bulldog first down. He does. Notice Donovan Eaglin on the carry, swinging his arm like he's ready to do some business. Give it to him again. 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 39. Eaglin behind Quincy Casey. Now he steps to Casey's left. Trip receiver to the far side. We're going to double up in the slot. Casey going right side. The ball is batted down. Good defensive play. Casey went there right away. That was knocked down by number 21, Grant Ewell Jr., a 6-foot, 207-pound senior. Pendant receiver was Jacoby Hewitt. 2nd down and 10. The Bulldogs 39. Hand it off, man. Let's see if we can that pass. Looked like Casey was a hot receiver, and he stayed with him. We double up on the slot again. Casey back to pass. He's going to look left side, throw it. It's complete. Terrell Gardner inside Pine Bluff Golden Lion territory. Gardner on a streak, man. He came out this season. I mean, from the spring on, he has been a beast. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Golden Lions, 49. Eagler with the ball again. He's on his feet, and he'll finally be pulled to the ground. Just outside the 45-yard line of Pine Bluff, for number 90, Cameron Rutherford. Rutherford makes a tackle. 2nd down, and call it 7 for Bulldogs for the Pine Bluff 46. Casey and the quarterback, pistol death. 5 yards, Eaglin behind him. Eaglin going to take the handoff. He'll start left, jump back right. Eaglin stepping over the defenders and getting it going, son. He's down to the 37-yard line. That's enough for a Bulldog 1st down. Rico Dozier gets some more work. We were close to his tackling total. He had 11, and we thought 12, and that's number 12 for him. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Golden Lion 37-yard line. Pine Bluff probably has the best logo in the conference. You look at the line in the main, you see UAPB. Casey tells Eaglin, nope, that's Morrow now. Stay on my right. Here comes Young. Young will get the inside handoff, shovel pass. Young will go down after the speedy receiver picks up a quick 5 yards down to the 32-yard line. Kyrie Williams on the tackle. As we said at the top of the show, Pine Bluff has Deuce Cooper on their team. Deuce's dad is Ron Cooper, former head coach here at Alabama A&M, now head coach at Long Island University. Another handoff again, Morrow. Morrow will skip from the 32. Say he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, it's 5 for the Bulldogs. Big 3rd down. Bulldogs just missed. I mean, Moffitt probably 3 yards short of a 57-yard field goal. But that just tells me we know we're good from 50. 3rd down and 5. One receiver to the far side, that's Hambrick. Near side on the far outside by the numbers is Gardner. Inside of him in the slot on the hash is Young. Offset I formation. Quincy's left. He's going to roll the pocket that way. Quincy's going to stand up. He's got a receiver deep. That's Gardner. He turns around. The defender ran in front of him. It's going to be passing interference. Had the defender not just run in front of Gardner, that might have been a touchdown. As it stands, the Bulldogs get 15 yards on this one, and the drive stays alive. Number 21, Grant Ewell, Jr., was victimized on the play. Gardner beat him. The pass was a little underthrown. Passing interference is the call. The 15-yard penalty will be a 1st down for the Bulldogs. 1:47 left to go. The Bulldogs, just like it was last week in Southern, we're in the red zone with an opportunity to be an extra point away from tying the ball game. Last week, Eaglin fumbled before he got in the end zone. Morrow will take the handoff, start left, and come back right. He hops over one defender. They'll say his forward progress is to the 15-yard line. Quick pickup of 2. Tackle made by 50, Woods. Woods has had an outstanding game as well. Woods had 5 tackles at the half. Now Bulldogs, everyone looking to the sideline. Coach Mize up here, the headset on. Gardner comes to the near side outside the numbers. He's going to point the defender. 2 receivers to the far side. That's Hambrick. We're going to hand off again to Morrow. Morrow at the 10. Morrow at the 5. He gets knocked down. Touchdown, Bulldogs, is the signal from the far side of the field. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Ryan Morrow. Score is now 17-16 with an extra point to come. No doubt, Morrow came through the hole and kept running pinball at the 5, and he just head dived to the end zone. Barbosa armed for the extra point attempt. They're holding up play for some reason. Everyone's standing around the football. They're going to review this. The near side official never made a call. The far side official said touchdown. Now we've got to see. And now the referee has to make a 70-yard jog to the other end of the field. Again, folks, hey, just like maintaining your car, you might get the oil change, get the brakes worked on, we want you to maintain WJAB. Our spotter, Gerald Griffin, says the score is good. So we'll just radio down and tell the referee he can just go on back the other way. Call the next one out of breath. Ryan Morrow, another touchdown. Just like the good folks did at Coldwell Banker, McLean Real Estate, Commercial Real Estate did. They joined WJAB. Everyone off. And we're hoping you do the same thing. A.J. Smith says, my show is Return to the Source. So his knee is down before the goal line, and that's what they're going to call, that his knee was down. Good job by the near side official. That'll be okay, but if you're like me, you're nervous. After what happened last week, that's en route. You got to give Southern credit being down 0-2 in the season, losing against two SWAC schools. Was it like they went on the road to a Power 5 or to the SEC? Here's the call from the official. Well, let's see what Coach Maynard does. We understand that Coach has been encouraged to tone it down a bit. The intensity, though, man, you think you've got a good team. The game clock will start on the whistle, so they're going to rule Morrow down by contact because he was pushed and went to the knee. His knee was down before the ball crossed the goal line. I can tell you as an official, some would say wherever the knee went down, wherever the position of the ball is, that's where you mark it. NFL talks about your knee being down so much, it's just natural for that to trickle down. But your knee is not where the ball is. Cedric Thomas, the new head coach at Pine Bluff, his first year. And I can say he's going to be a handful. Be careful in 2 years. Pine Bluff going to be a force to be reckoned with. And now the Bulldogs on the first down play, they're just going to push it into the end zone. No doubt. Touchdown. Bulldogs. Donovan Eaglin holds the football this time. The Bulldogs score. The score is now 17-16 with the extra point attempt by Barbosa, which could tie it up right before the end of the third period. As a hold of McCready and the snap of Miller. Bryce Miller, a Howard University product, transferred here. Jay Walker is on the call tonight for ESPNU. I reminded him just a second ago. He said, hey, man, there's a Bison here, graduate like you. The extra point is good by Barbosa. No timeout on the field. The timeout keeper, if you will, guy in a red shirt or hat, stays on the sideline. We'll stay right here while ESPN runs some video. I was wondering to see where this video's come from, but I can see Corey Williams here. Oh, they're in the end zone. Yo, you come to the game, you see the dog houses out here in the end zone. That's where I'm headed, but we're going to film the Alabama A&M football review with head coach Connell Maynard right after the game. This started out as a light crowd for the Bulldogs from the George E. Jones tailgating plaza. And you heard, if you were listening at halftime, Howard Ballard, Hall of Famer here at Alabama A&M University, as now the Bulldogs are going to kick off. Moffitt approaches the ball, and he gives it a good solid boot. And it's going to push the return man, Lloyd, back to the 3. Lloyd at the 10, Lloyd at the 15. He's got a little lane. He skips through it, still on his feet at the 30, 35. He'll go down. I wonder if Moffitt's getting tired. That tackle was made by number 13, Montrell Campbell, who also caught a McCready punt at the 1-yard line. Pine Bluff will start first and 10 from 36. 41 seconds left to go in the third period. As replays are shown here on the screen. Pine Bluff empty backfield set. 2 receivers far side, 2 to the near. Nope, there's a running back. Bulldogs on a blitz. Macon held it, but it looks like the play was stopped. Don't see a flag. Referee holds up 2 fingers, second down and 10. Guess he blew the whistle early, keep Macon from getting hurt. We look at a replay. So online, looking at the Alabama A&M Athletics website, you can see the game. Also on ESPNU, you can see the game. If you have Hulu Live TV, you can see the game on ESPN+. This carries ESPNU. There's a handoff again. That's Williams. The second down and 10 play for 36. The Bulldog defense trying to get there in a hurry. That's number 60, Liston Richardson, leading the charge. Now we see flying in number 11, Keen Gloucester Pace. And man, you talk about somebody with some energy. That young man has energy. Third down, and they'll give him maybe a yard on forward progress. 3rd and 9 from the Pine Bluff 37. And they're just going to let the quarter clock run down. That is the end of the third quarter. Put your 4 fingers in the air. Bulldogs and Golden Lions tied at 17. We'll come back. We'll have a barn burner here in the fourth. This is the Alabama A&M. 2.5-minute timeout. 2.5 minutes. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm Kirk Whalen. Mike Manson on bass, J.D. Blair on drums. My special guest, Paul Jackson Jr. on guitar, George Duke on piano. Ladies and gentlemen, the gospel according to Jazz.
Hi, I'm Erica Fox. According to Jazz. Join me every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. to be encouraged and uplifted with the gospel jazz sounds of Kirk Whalum, Mark Jones, Kathy Yolanda Rice, Quentin Marsalis, Cedric Teague, Eric Essex, and more. That's in the spirit, the gospel, according to Jazz, every Thursday at 9 a.m. with yours truly, Erica Fox. Have an oh happy day with WJAB.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes? Their age? The way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job, well, for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters? Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up in every activity, not to make friends, that's something. Or every time you fell ill, had to choose getting medicine or groceries. I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hungered in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Why at IamHungeredAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Bank Strong, and the Ad Council.
Hey, son. How are you feeling?
Fine, Pop.
What's on your mind?
I can't explain it. Everything without accomplished. Eyes raised. Started to wonder. Made them up. Lots of you about here.
When your kid can't find the language, help them find the lyrics. Listen to the Sound It Out album and get tips and tools to start a conversation at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Welcome back for the fourth quarter of an ESPNU game. The Bulldogs hosting the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions. Third quarter statistics, we're tied at 17. Bulldogs 27 rushing yards, 27 rushing attempts, 144 yards. Pine Bluff 22 attempts, 65 yards. Quincy Casey, 17 of 22, no interceptions, 178 yards, 22 yards. Pine Bluff 48 plays, 205 yards. 3 punts by McCready, 42.7-yard average. Bulldogs lost 1 fumble tonight, which resulted in 7 points for Pine Bluff. 8 penalties for the Bulldogs. Time of possession, the Bulldogs got that 30 seconds back from Pine Bluff and got 30 more. Third down conversions, 4 of 10 for Pine Bluff, 3 of 8 for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs 0 for 1, and that resulted in a Pine Bluff score. Pine Bluff 3 out of 4 in the red zone, Bulldogs 3 out of 3. Donovan Eaglin, 16 rushes, 100 yards, 1 touchdown, along with 22. He's back. Ryan Morrow, 6 carries, 32 yards. That 5.3-yard average is back. Third down and 9 for Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff now going right to left. Macon back to pass. Bulldog defense trying to get there. Macon will jump. Bulldogs will jump on him. Macon goes down short of the first down. He'll be down at the 41-yard line. Shaquem Gloucester Pace on the tackle. If they chase Macon, Macon's a pretty good quarterback. I'm still wondering how he got out of Nashville. Didn't come down here to school. 4th down, Pine Bluff will punt. That 40-yard average Jeremy Baker is bringing with him, and he will plant his feet just on the 25-yard line. Ball on the 41-yard line. Terrell Gardner back at the 20. High punt. Gardner waiting for the fair catch, and he will make it and fall down as he catches the football at the 10-yard line. He made sure he held on to it. Gardner has muffed a punt this season trying to do too much. Bulldogs take over. 17-17 is our score. Bulldogs led by Quincy Casey, as I said, 17 of 22, 171 yards. He reminds me with numbers like that of Deontay Mason. I spoke with Anthony Jones today, and folks, I was wrong. Coach Louis Cruz is the winningest coach in Alabama A&M history. He has 93 victories. Coach Jones has 83. I told Coach, we need to get you up here, Coach Homecoming. You come talk to us. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 11-yard line of the Bulldogs. Daytona set, but one receiver comes in motion to the near side. Here's Eaglin. He'll take the curve, if you will, at the hash, cut back up the field, go over the 15-yard line. They'll mark him down just over the 15, the 17-yard line, pickup of 7. 2nd down and 3. Rylan Woods on the tackle for Pine Bluff. Hurry up offense for the Bulldogs. The split receiver set. Quincy Casey with the RPO. It's complete to number 42 for the Bulldogs. That's Barry White. Tight end, 6'1", 190-pound redshirt sophomore out of Pinson, Alabama. Pinson Valley High School. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 27-yard line. Hurry up offense again. Quick pass to the right side. That's Young on the reception. Young going down, but not before he gets to the 36-yard line. Tackled by Sean Wilson of Pine Bluff. 2nd down and 2. The hurry-up offense is working for the Bulldogs. Run it, pass it, run it, pass it. 2 receivers and an H-back to the near side. They're going to go this way. Nope, the pass is to the left. It is caught and complete. That's Young still on his feet, pulling away at the 50. Pulled down just inside the 45. No, that's Keenan Hambrick. The young man finally getting one and showing what he can do, and he's fired up. Let's go Bulldogs. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 44-yard line of UAPB. Trip receiver bunch to the near side of the hash. Going to run the screen that way. Gums caught it. He picked outside, went back inside over the 35-yard line. Gums will be marked down at the 35-yard line. 9-yard pickup. Short of the 1st down, 2nd down and 1. Mark Fleming on the tackle for Pine Bluff. Hurry up again. Some is good, more is better. Pass to the left side is complete. That's Hambrick again. He gets up yelling and screaming. That catch is enough for a Bulldog 1st down to the 28-yard line. Casey looks like he has found his rhythm. Eaglin in the backfield along with Barry White. They're going to take it to Eaglin. Throw it down the left side. Wide open is Clark. 5, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Bulldog. That's Barry White on the catch and the touchdown. I don't like to do that all season. Barry White in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. 23-17 is the score with an extra point from Barbosa to come. I mean, that's a good-looking play. Barry White starts in the H-back. He'll go up into the line like he's blocking. Then he slips through the first wave of defenders. He's wide open in the left flat. Takes the catch. Touchdown Bulldogs. There's the extra point attempt, but there is a flag at the snap. Looks like we'll just do it all over again. Ball start against the Bulldogs. Back them up 5 yards. So instead of putting the ball in play from the 3, for the extra point, it will be put in play from the 8. I mean, goodness. The extra point now will be spotted at the 15-yard line. Barbosa trying to continue his perfect point after touchdown streak, getting back to last year. Snap is good. The hold is better. The kick is up. It is good. 24-17 is our score. 11:55 left to go. 2-minute timeout. Bulldogs leading. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
From Bob Marley to Beanie Man, Peter Tosh, Bela Kuti, I'm Marcus Sims, and this is the Roots Box. For several years, you've been on the reggae cruise with me, early, every Saturday morning. Now I want you to cruise to our new Roots Box, day and time. Catch me in the Roots Box. We'll start the weekend right with reggae, dancehall, soca, Afrobeat, and more. That's the Roots Box every Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. on WJAB-FM and WJAB.org.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with her hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it. I got the job. I can't believe it.
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Lewis Cruz Physical Education Complex. The Bulldogs have just pulled off a 9-play, 90-yard drive, which culminated in a touchdown pass from Quincy Casey to, the first one said LeVar Gums, but that touchdown pass, was to Barry White for 29 yards. Victor Barbosa is complete and good. Bulldogs go up 24-17. Ted Dixie along with Darrell Griffin and Marcus Sims and Janae McDowell. That's a good halftime show. They're getting us ready for homecoming. I hope you're ready too. Big ups to Frank Lee for listening in. Play-by-play announcer for Tuskegee. Now the Bulldogs up and kicking off, we can keep this momentum going. Tuskegee won this past week. That's going to be a big game, folks. I'm calling 40,000. Let's give a big thanks also to the Lee High School Marching Band, who turned it out halftime right after the marching maroon and white. You know, we've said for years there's no reason for us just to have one band at a home game. We've got great area high school bands and great area high school band leaders, directors, as the end over kick sidewinder will be fielded by Floyd at the 1. At the 5, 10, 15, trying to get up in the gap. He bounces off his own blocker, still on his feet to 25, 30. Still on his feet, a flag comes in, still on his feet to 45. Finally, another flag comes in. Finally, he's run out of bounds just over the 45-yard line. And there are a couple of flags on the field. And for him to get where he was, it looked like with the Bulldog pursuit. That was number 24 of the return, DJ Curry. There had to be something, and now the officials are talking it over at the 35-yard line on the far side of the field. Whew. You know, it's on pins and needles. The Bulldogs are driving for an opportunity to tie the game. Holding penalty against Pine Bluff will be accepted. The play was marked, the foul was marked at the 27. They're going to put Pine Bluff back to the 18. I guess he took a step and I didn't see it. First and 10 for the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, home of Torrey Hunter, Major League Baseball player. First and 10 from the 18-yard line. Bulldog defensive line is going to shift. Now they shift back. Pine Bluff will snap it. Macon's pass to the left side is complete. Good play. Nope. Incomplete. Incomplete pass. Just went off the outstretched hand of number 2, Kenji Lewis. Second down and 10. Pine Bluff in a hurry-up formation. They're going to run the trip bunch from the left side. Quick toss to the left side. Running back trying to find room, but finds none. The Bulldog defense gets there. Number 6, Michael Jamerson. Bulldogs close quickly. We knew at the beginning of the season the Bulldog defense was going to be a strong suit this season. It was last week at Southern. Now third down and 8. Call it 9, or a long 8. 2 receivers either side. Pistol back coming out of the backfield. Macon now looking. Macon being chased. He's going to look downfield. He's got an intended receiver. It's complete. He got behind the linebacker. 35, 45, still on his feet. Man, he's not going to get caught. 10, 5, touchdown. It's number 6, Jamerson. No flags. Jamerson ran a short route to the flat. Macon was being chased. He set up and found him after the scramble rule took effect. Someone short goes long. Someone long comes back short. And Jamerson beat the defenders and went all the way. He's fast as a hiccup. Touchdown. Pine Bluff scores now 24-23 with an extra point by Pine Bluff to come. And I mean, he was gone. He outran Imari Pate like Pate was in mud. Baker on. Nope, excuse me. Sarah's on for the extra point. And it is, wait, there's a flag on the play. Nope, it's good. They'll call it good. Timeout on the field, 10:47 left to go in the ball game. We're tied up, 24 apiece. This is the Alabama A&M 2 minutes. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
WJAB has taken you to the House of Blues, the House of Gospel, and the House of Jazz. But have you come to the La Casa Latina de Jazz? Hola, bienvenidos. Hello and welcome. I'm Erica Fox, and I'm inviting you to the Latin Jazz House. Every Friday morning at 9 o'clock, I'll bring you some of the best salsa, merengue, mambo, and much more from some of the elite and some of the classic Latin jazz musicians, such as the late Tito Puente, the late Celia Cruz, Bumbi Ortiz, Arturo Sandoval, Pete Escovedo, and much more. That's the Latin Jazz House every Friday morning at 9 o'clock on your source for the best Latin jazz, 90.9 FM, WJAB.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it. I got the job. I can't believe it.
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Lewis Cruz Physical Education Complex. Bulldogs and Golden Lions are tied at 24. Ted Dixie along with Daryl Griffin, our spotter. Marcus Sims and Janae McDowell hanging out up top. Janae did a good job being an intern. She got promoted in the middle of the broadcast from intern to host. You too can become an intern if you have become a member. WJAB 256-372-8790. Just like the folks at McLean Commercial Real Estate. A.J. Smith's favorite show is Return to the Source. Dr. Douglas Turner. Get it while you can. Pine Bluff kicking off, going from right to left. Bulldogs setting up with Cameron Young and Terrell Gardner back deep. 10:47 left to go in the ball game. Ron Cooper is here watching his son Deuce play for Pine Bluff. Number 25, as the kick goes to Gardner. He'll field it at the 7. Trying to get a block. He'll get at the 10, 15, Gardner at the 30, Gardner over the 35. Man, Gardner went from the 17 to the 30 like in about a second. Number 52, Jalen White on the tackle. Got caught up a bit looking to see who they had on the telecast. They're showing some people from Pine Bluff, some administrators. First and 10 for the Bulldogs from their 35-yard line. Bulldogs in those white helmets, maroon stripe, maroon jerseys with white numeral and piping, and maroon pants. Casey going to get the quick toss to Morrow. Morrow trying to make a man miss, and he does not. That's a play he needs to throw away out of the book. Sean Wilson, number 33, on the tackle. You're doing a quick toss, but if you watch it enough on film, time at quarterback, and that's the problem with quarterbacks nowadays, you're not raised on the option, so they don't trust the option to be able to make the pitch blind. They have to actually turn their head and then pitch the ball. It tips off a defender. Morrow couldn't get away. Loss of 3 back to the 32-yard line. Second down and 13. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Quincy looking right, looking left. He's going to heave it downfield. He's got a receiver. It's caught inside the 25. That's Henry. You can tell who he is. First down, Bulldogs all the way down the 20-yard line of Pine Bluff. Defending on the play, number 25, Donovan Collins. Bulldogs are hurrying up. First and 10 from the 20. 24-24 is our score. 2 receivers to the far side. Going to hand it up to Morrow, who gets trapped by the blitzing Pine Bluff defender. That tells me that's number 52. Jalen White. Close enough to government work. Second down. Loss of 1, they'll give him. Second down, 11. Back to the 21. Pine Bluff, 3 down linemen, 2 ends, 2 linebackers. They're trying to fool the front of the Bulldogs. Try to confuse the offensive linemen. Doing an okay job of it. We're tied at 24. Strip receivers to the near side. Casey back to pass. He's got a receiver. That's Gums outside the 10. Gums will make the catch, lean in, and he'll mark him down at the 9. First down, Bulldogs. Tackle made by number 23, Caleb Knott. Hurry up offense for the Bulldogs. They'll get set. Look, hand it off to Morrow. Coming right side to 10 to 5. Morrow is dropped at the 5-yard line. Kyrie Williams on the stop. Second down and goal for the Bulldogs. Tied at 24, 8:13 left to go in the ball game. Bulldogs trying to take the lead. Morrow still in the backfield with Carter. Quincy looking right side, trying to throw the lob. Gums could not get it from the defender. No flag on the play. Third down and goal. Latrell Boyd on the coverage. Third down and go. Coming into the game for the Bulldogs will be number 84, Donovan Payne, tight end, 6'4", 200-pound junior from Denton, Texas, transferring from the University of Northern Colorado. Speaking of Colorado, Coach Maynard was the last conference coach to beat Coach Prime. Play action pass, Morrow. Quincy, end zone, touchdown Bulldog! Touchdown Bulldog! Number 88 on the reception, that's Bryson Clark. He was all alone. Great job of slipping from the far side of the formation and coming across. Now this is number 6, that was Hambrick with a touchdown. I'm looking on the sideline to see who's jumping up and down. Yep, that's Hambrick. Good job. That's Hambrick's first touchdown as the Bulldog. His dad is Kenyon Hambrick, who's all over the Alabama A&M record books. Now the extra point attempt, snap, hold, kick is up. It is good. Timeout on the field. Bulldogs up 31-24. 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
What is dedication?
My daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. If there's anything better than being smart, being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around, and I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself, and me never just wanted to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't. I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here on 90.9 WJAB, we want to inform you of the movers and shakers in Tennessee Valley. Join us on WJAB. Yo, just checking in. Get engaged. Local musicians, artists, businesses, and community leaders. You can also view Yo Just Checking In on wjab.org and also on WJAB's Facebook page. Keeping you informed with a few laughs. That's WJAB's Yo Just Checking In on 90.9 WJAB and WJAB.org.
That's Yo Just Checking In with host Marcus Sims every Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. on WJAB-FM and WJAB.org.
Fourth quarter here at Lewis Cruz Stadium, Thursday night football. Bulldogs go up 31-24. I apologize. That touchdown pass was to Barry White. That's the second touchdown of the game. The extra point by Barbosa was good. The Bulldogs up 31-24. Ted Dixie, who's blind, along with my blind spotter, Dale Griffin, Marcus Sims, and Janae McDowell, doing their thing at halftime, and they're going to take us over when we end this game because my voice is probably leaving. I've got to go down and get set up for the Alabama A&M football review with head coach Connell Maynard, and we've got to get some other features done. So they're going to clap it off for me. They'll tell y'all how the game went and also get you up on some homecoming activities. So I know some folks already parked their RVs and they weren't leaving. So next week, that's what happens when you retire. You ain't got nothing to do. Or if your folks tired of you at home, why don't you take that bus you got and go up there on the hill. We'll come when it's time for the football game. 31-24 is our score. 7:53 left to go in the ball game. Thursday night football. And I mean the coaching staff is over here working hard. It's been a good game. Very entertaining. I like the crowd. Can we see what the attendance is for tonight? It's the fourth quarter. They'll probably get ready to announce it. And the marching maroon and white is doing their thing, but I'm telling you, Lee High School was something to see. Any high school game, for that fact, any middle school game and above in Huntsville, you're going to have some good entertainment by the school's band. Mr. Moffitt, Luke Moffitt, that is, ready to kick off, and it's another high end over end. It's going to be fielded at the 5 by Pine Bluff. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Still on his feet, 35, and finally dropped down 38-yard line. That's Lloyd, who when he comes off that kickoff, man, off the end line, he's shot out of a cannon. Moffitt may have to go to eating his Wheaties. Being on the road last week, the short week this week. If there's an effect, it might be in the kicking game. 1st and 10 for the Golden Lions from their 39-yard line, trailing by 7, 7:45 left to go in the ball game. They'll start out with that trip receiver bunch near side, close to the line of scrimmage in the formation. They'll split the receivers. They'll throw it out here in the flat to Lloyd. This time, Lloyd gets nowhere to go. Fine open field tackle by number 13, Montrell Campbell, the 5'10", 176-pound redshirt senior out of Madison, Alabama, transferred from the University of North Alabama. 2nd and 10 from the 39 of UAPB. I mean, when Lloyd takes off, man, he takes off. 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers and an H-back to the far side, 1 receiver to the near. Making play action pass, making under pressure. He'll step around the would-be defender. Pass is incomplete, but a flag comes out in the secondary. And the hands are being waved. That might be defensive holding. We'll see what the call is. Might have missed my opportunity to run down here. And then we have a student athlete that's down on the field. That's number 60, Liston Richardson. The timeout attendant is on the field. The referee is waving his hand. Timeout on the field, we'll take it with him. Let's take a 2-minute timeout, 2-minute timeout, 7 minutes left to go in the 4th period. Bulldogs up 31-24. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Adopt U.S. Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, "That's rad." It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Lewis Cruz Physical Education Complex. Bulldogs up 31-24. Number 60, Liston Richardson, a defensive tackle, 5'10", 251-pound junior out of Pritchard, Alabama. McGill-Tulane High School has been carried off the field by two of his teammates, not putting any pressure on his left foot. Dr. Greco is now making his way over to the tent. And he's going to go in and take a look. Liston Richardson, as some would say, he's undersized. But at Vanderbilt, the offensive linemen were giving him praise. Lane gave him praise. Southern gave him praise. He's been hard to get out of the lineup. Defensive line coach Cedric Pearl says every time someone tries him, he always comes out on top, and we hope Liston is not injured too badly. 1st and 10 for Pine Bluff from the Pine Bluff 49-yard line, trailing 31-24, 7 minutes left to go in the ball game. Showtime Bulldogs. Pine Bluff will come with two receivers to the far side, one to the near. Two running backs will bracket the quarterback. Number 14, Jalen Macon, 6'5", 230-pound redshirt sophomore out of Nashville, Tennessee, Hillsborough High School. He went across the bridge over there and across the Tennessee River in Memphis. Yes, that's Tennessee. 1st and 10. Macon going to play action pass, roll the pocket right, looking, throws back left. He threw a dart, man. I mean, that ball got out there. Completed at the 42-yard line of the Bulldogs. Give him a pickup of 9. 2nd down and 1. 2nd down and 1 from the 42-yard line. Macon back with two receivers to the near side, one to the far. Macon's going to check down. Now he's going to throw to the far side, way over the head of his intended receiver. That would have been number 2, Kenji Lewis. Lewis went inside. The pass went outside. Incomplete pass. 3rd down and 1 for the Bulldog defense. Up 7. Now we hear what I talked about. You need 1 yard. You're going to snap the ball back 5 yards in a pistol set to try to go up and get 1. Bulldogs will switch at the line of scrimmage. They send everyone into the gaps, and the Bulldogs get there, but not before Pine Bluff will get another 1st down. Just short of the 40-yard line. Running back with number 6, Michael Jamerson. Tackle was made by number 54, Dimitri Morgan, redshirt freshman out of Florida. 1st and 10 for Pine Bluff from the Bulldog 41-yard line. Clock is running. 5:55 left to go in the ball game. Offset I formation. Well, and two receivers to the near side, one to the far. Play action pass and throw it out to the flat to a receiver. And oh my goodness, great open field tackle by number. Let's see if I can get his number. By number 13, Montrell Campbell, who came across over the top and grabbed the receiver. That was number 1, Dawkins. Slung him down. No gain. 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldog 41. Clock still running. 5:25 left to go. Bulldogs can hold here. 2nd down and 10. Come on, Gertrude. Triple receivers to the near side, one to the far. Making back the pass. Bulldogs blitz. Try to get there. Pass on the middle. Almost picked off. Oh, my goodness. Number 12, Marvin Smith. Ball hit him in a bad place in the hands. Smith couldn't hang on, but it's probably because it was too hot. Right there. Oh, my goodness. 3rd down and 10. Pine Bluff trying to keep the drive alive, trailing the Bulldogs by 7. Two receivers to the far side. They're close at the numbers. Two receivers to the outside. Boundary and the hash, and the Bulldogs blitz, and it goes down. Lincoln goes down. A flag comes in. Face masking. Oh, goodness. That was number 11, Gloucester Pace. He just had to come up with the face masking penalty. Oh, that's just tough luck. 15-yard penalty. And an automatic 1st down. And that's from the previous spot. So that was from the line of scrimmage. That 15-yard penalty is going to take the ball inside the 30, all the way down to the 26-yard line. 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the game. Good news is Pine Bluff got 26 yards to get a touchdown and an extra point. 2 running backs will be behind Macon, and now one will run to the flat inside handoff. That looks like William on the carry. And he picks up a quick, and I mean a quick, 8 yards down to the 19-yard line. Tackles made by number 54, Morgan. 2nd down and 2. Call a long 2 from the 19. Same play, same formation. Now it's the RPO, but the ball is thrown. Did he catch that? I mean, the ball was thrown as Macon was getting hit by Zarion Hayes, and the pass is caught by number 18, Cochran. 1st and goal for Pine Bluff from the 6. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the ball game. Pine Bluff trailing by 7. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Hand off in the middle to Williams. The flag came in right away. Might be a chop block. Clock will stop on the 1st down and goal play. Holding against Pine Bluff. Back them up 10 yards. 3:59 on the clock. Clock will stop. Bulldogs up 31-24. That will put Pine Bluff outside the 15-yard line, back to the 16. 1st and 10. They cannot, 1st and goal. They cannot get a 1st down. Pine Bluff must score. Here's Macon back to pass. He's under pressure, being pulled on. Finally, Macon goes down the 20-yard line. And the ball came out, and the Bulldogs had it. Number 54, the redshirt freshman, Dimitri Morgan, 6'5", 215 pounds, out of Fort Myers, Florida. Dunbar High School, and he just iced it for the Bulldogs. Just straight up iced it. Now that's a play, so it looked like there was a pass. We'll have to look at it again. Here's the running play. That was the previous play. Our spotter's going to tell us what happened. And oh my goodness, the Bulldog offense, it was a pass, hit, and an interception. There you go. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 20-yard line. 3:38 left to go, and the Bulldogs up 31-24. Let's hold on to it, fellas. Jumbo formation to the right side, handoff on the quick pitch, almost like a shovel pass, and a timeout called by the officials. No timeout called by Pine Bluff. We'll stay right here. Quick 1 minute on the timeout. Here's the tip. The ball was coming out before he threw it, and the ball came out. That's how we got possession. There you go. You see Coach Pearl with that big old orange shirt on. Coach Boneworth laughing over here. Hey, it's not often you see him laughing. And coming out of the timeout, 31-24 is the score. Bulldogs up, 3:31 left to go. Not out of the woods yet. Bulldogs will be putting the ball in place, 2nd and 9 from their 21-yard line. You're not going to feel good unless it was 31 seconds left on the clock and the ball was at the Pine Bluff 20-yard line. Here we go. Keenan Hemrick. Barry White with 2 touchdowns. Here's a quick pitch. Bulldogs running a wildcat formation, looked like. And Donovan Eaglin, caught the direct snap and took off and does what he does. Picked up 10 quick yards, 1st down Bulldogs. Now Casey comes back on the field with Cameron Young. Eaglin had an outstanding game today. We know he's back. And now Maynard not going to call a timeout. 13 seconds, 12 seconds on the play clock. Game clock is now under 3 minutes. Quincy Casey staring down the defense. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off right up the middle. Bulldogs just going to let that clock run. Pine Bluff's going to call another timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Ryan Morrow on the carry. Quick 30-second timeout. Bulldogs up 31-24, 2:41 left to go in the ball game. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is often laced into illicit drugs and used to make fake versions of prescription pills. You can't see it, taste it, or smell it. Suppliers mix fentanyl into their products because it's potent and cheap, and the dealer might not even know. Keep yourself and others safe by knowing the real deal on fentanyl. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
The Lewis Cruz Physical Education Complex. 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs from their 30-yard line. Bulldogs leading 31-24. 2 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the ballgame. Bunch formation again for the Bulldogs. Running in the interior. That's another Wildcat formation. That's Donovan Eaglin again, who took the direct snap. He'll push the ball over the 40-yard line. Not enough for another Bulldog first down. Eaglin has a 9-yard per carry average, it seems like, in the last 3 series. Making up for that fumble down in Southern. 2:20 on the clock. We are going to shoot the Alabama A&M football review with head coach Connell Maynor right after the game. But after I close it out, we're going to send it back to our dynamic duo, Nay McDowell and Marcus Sims. Don't put a turntable in front of them. They'll have you listening to part 2 of the oldies. As long as you play some D-Train, we're okay. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Timeout by the Bulldogs. 1:55 left. Coach Maynard wants to make sure something occurs like it's supposed to. Don't want to let this one get away. This has been a tough one. Donovan's holding his shoulder as he comes out of the ball game. That was the last situation. I guess he wanted to get his shoulder pads readjusted. I don't know. I'm laughing because I don't know what music we played in the stadium. But I didn't think I'm going down with an apropos song. Maybe it's for Pine Bluff feeling bad. I don't know. Nevertheless, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their 41-yard line. 31-24 is our score. 1:55 left to go in the ball game. Here's a direct snap back to Eaglin. Well, that's Morrow this time, and Morrow's going to pound it up the middle. I used to be able to tell them apart. Tackle was made by Rico Dozier, who's played an outstanding ball game. That guy goes and gets every ball you can see. And now another timeout. That ought to do it. Pine Bluff is out. 1:48 left. Cedric Thomas, the head coach there, I'm sure when I ask Coach Maynor what were all the timeouts about, he will tell you that Thomas is just trying to teach his team how to win. I don't get a chance to watch the television coverage like I am tonight. And the conversations on the sideline are hilarious. 2nd down and 5 for the Bulldog offense. 1:48 left to go in the ball game. And who's that quarterback? We don't have a quarterback. We got 2 running backs. Direct snap Wildcat. Taking off, that's Morrow. And Morrow puts his head down, and boy, when he gets there, he gets there. He's going to power that ball out to the 50-yard line. 3rd down and 1 for the Bulldogs. Another first down. I can put my sport coat on. We can pack up this delicious food that Aramark sent up here today. Thank you so much for y'all. And then I can go home and get ready to have all those guests in town for next week. Where are y'all when I'm trying to paint my house? 3rd down and 1 for the Bulldogs. Coming out of the timeout. 1:07. Clock running. This could very well be the last play. 5 seconds on the play clock. 4. There's the snap. And Morrow's going to pick his way up to the line of scrimmage. He will be short. Matter of fact, he might lose a half a yard. But the clock is running. Play clock at 35. Game clock in the 50. Unless something catastrophic happens, the Bulldogs hurry up and snap it. Now they've marked and reset the play clock. It's at 21. Game clock at 39. Got to snap it one more time, Coach. But he's going to wait. We're not even at the line of scrimmage. The Bulldogs are 8 seconds, 7, Now they get on the ball. 4, 3, 2, hold. Bulldogs just called a timeout. This must be something going on here with this. And the way Fred Ferrier is screaming at the running backs coach, somebody didn't do what they were supposed to do. Nevertheless, coach, you got to change what you're doing in the middle of the season almost because of injuries. 19.5 seconds left to go in the ball game coming out of the timeout. If the official wants to run the clock, he can, but the ball will probably not be snapped, or the clock will probably not run until the ball is snapped. Good to see Coach Ron Cooper and his wife Rhonda. They're down from New York City, where Coop is head coach at LIU. Got a chance to get a photograph with his son, Deuce. Sent that to his uncle. They're all involved. 4th down and 1 from the 50. 2 receivers either side. Now the running backs are going to run up into a victory formation. Pine Bluff jumps, and the ball comes out. This is a rugby scrum, and it's over because the ball's down. Ball goes over on downs. 14.2 seconds left. But Pine Bluff has no timeouts. So they mark the ball ready to play. Let's see when they mark the ball and the official winds the clock. That's what I'm not sure of on the timing rule of college. Maybe I can text Lee Jean real fast. Lee Genius. That's what I would be on right about now. 14.2 seconds left. Pine Bluff makes their way back onto the field. The ball's marked ready to play. The clock will not start until the ball is snapped. Bulldogs are going to send 2 deep safeties way back, one at the 25-yard line, one at the 20. Bulldogs get 11 on the field. There's a snap. Hail Mary coming from Pine Bluff. Bulldogs try to get there. There it is up in the air. Knock it down, knock it down. Knocked it down. 4.9 seconds left to go in the ball game. Clock cannot be stopped. Sometimes on that play, you have to be very aware. If you knew you were not in the end zone, you might let them catch it so the clock will just run out. Yeah, as it is, they get one more chance at it. Sometimes some people say, give me a delayed blitz, as Amari Pate grabs his helmet and runs back onto the field. Bulldogs call another timeout. We're going to make sure we get this right. This is not only about trying to win the game, it's about teaching your student athletes how to win the game and what to expect at the end of the game. Next week, the Bulldogs step out of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Homecoming, hosting the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Yeah, I went to Tuskegee, and I'll be cool with everyone. But time the game starts, no matter of fact, time Bulldog walk starts, I could care less who's on the other side of that field. We are all about maroon and white that day. Be happy to see some of our old friends, see some folks that are still here. You know, every spring break, man, we came up to Alabama A&M, even when I was at Howard. They were like, where you going for spring break? I'm going to this. Last play of the game, 4.9 seconds. Pine Bluff down by 7, trying to get loose. Jaron Hayes will sack the quarterback. The ball comes loose, and it goes on the field. They're passing the ball around rugby style, and now he's down. Jaron Hayes is all the way to the goal line. That's the ball game. Bulldogs win it, 31-24. Stay tuned to Electronic Media post-game show hosted by Janae McDonald and Marcus Sims. This is, wait a minute, 31-24 is our score. This is the Alabama A&M Sports Radio Network.